Good evening everybody. I hope you're doing well this fine Sunday evening. Let me move on over to the regular scene. There we go. We have a sleeping cookie on the bed next to us. Good evening one and all. Thank you so much, the Dude No One Likes, for coming in with your 5-month sub. Thank you so much. Start off with a load of emotes for you. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate that. Thank you. And who else do we have in tonight? We've got Edwards in first as always, and Apophis, Metcat, Twacky Lol, and Silent Mouse. Good evening. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend so far. Up to lots of gold making, hopefully. Lots of adventures in WoW. Andy Key, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. And Aspie Savage, good evening to you as well. So what's been going on in the world of Warcraft with everyone this weekend so far? Oh, twitching cat at the moment. You cleaned the kitchen and you've been first before. Fantastic. Yeah, a bit of housework at the weekend always does wonders in terms of just putting the world to rights. Certainly, I know that feeling. I think Cookie's just giving herself a little bit of a groom tonight. Let's see if I can move the camera a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. And John Levy, thank you very much for using your Prime for 4 months. Oh, just moving back in there. Thank you so much for your support. That's really appreciated. Thank you. Let's see a whole lot of emotes for you. Thank you indeed. Hold on. Here they go. There we go. Evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Tessie. I saw your note on Discord. That was fantastic. Thank you for that. Brought a smile to my face. Started 3 guilds for crafting backspace. Fantastic. I think 3 is a good starting number when it comes to guilds. I've got Samadan Plays WoW here. I've got Gumdrops' old guild, Trader Joe's, on about 4 other characters, and then another one which is Samadan Plays WoW, the guild, on a lot of my lower alts as well. Apophis, good evening to you. We have a cookie cam tonight. She's fast asleep. Just resting and relaxing on the bed at the moment. Self-cleaning, that's definitely good. Hope I had an awesome week. I had a lovely week, thank you very much. How about yourself? And Mitty, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. So we're going to be doing the usual Sunday evening stuff, opening the mailboxes, rechecking all my auctions, going through the Wowhead blog, and I think we'll probably do a little bit of, let's see if we can get Bridget up to level 100, that would be useful. And good evening, good afternoon, Camby Summer. Lovely to have you here. How's your weekend been so far? Let me just give this all a quick refresh and look through. There we go. And that is on fine. There we go. I'll just keep an eye on things on that side. So whilst we're waiting for the Wowhead blog to come through, I'm waiting for everyone to come in. What I will do is I'll head on over to my mailbox, and because I've got a load of stuff to relist on, so I'm going to fly on over there, and then we'll start listing everything up, and then we can go through and swap on over to the Wowhead blog once it goes live. Just nice family stuff. Fantastic. Good to hear. Love advice on what. Oh, absolutely, Edwards. I saw that before I went live. I'll certainly give you a message back, certainly. And Doc Otter, good evening to you. Question for my first YouTube channel. Why don't I link Samadan streams so it shows in the tab channels? Which one? I've got underneath on Twitch, I've got 2 YouTube tabs. One says Samadan streams, and one in the so they're both 2 different icons, and one goes to Samadan streams and one goes to the regular YouTube channel. Is that the one you mean, or do you mean in the actual window where it says the YouTube channel? Coffee Cat, lovely to have you here. So thank you for the mention in the video. It's completely unexpected, but meant the world to you. Oh, fantastic. That was my pleasure. I really enjoyed doing those character animations. If anyone hasn't seen my latest video, it just went live before I went live. And I featured characters. I needed some characters from from lots of different sort of class race combinations, and Coffee Cat was one of the people who very kindly provided some armory links so that I could use their character in the latest video, and then I imported them into Maya and rendered them out with a nice bit of lighting and stuff like that. I think they came out really well. You can see all the teams at the end of the video if you go to that. Good evening, Mushy. How are you? Lovely to have you here. And give me a screenshot over on Discord. Okay, Silent Mouse, I'll have a look at that one later, but thank you for the heads up on that. It would be useful to make sure that everything's linking correctly, certainly. Felt like a upgraded WoW. It was really nice. It was. It's probably what WoW with a ray tracing engine would look like, really, because I used a directional light source on the top. Good evening, Lizard. Lovely to have you here. And Game Cat Cat, lovely to have you here too. And we're just talking about the video and the characters were in that. Which one of yours was the lovely Goblin Rogue? It was fantastic. So I checked my Discord sometime between 10 AM and now. I most likely did, Mushy. Whether I responded to everything, I couldn't tell you for sure, unless you're actually, if there's something specific I've missed, let me know. Oh, right, okay. A Mazel Tov, good evening to you. And Alfred GG, thank you so much for the resub for 7 months. That's amazing. Thank you. Lovely to have you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself, Alfred? Lovely to have you here. Let me just have a look here. There we go. And how are you doing, Mazel Tov? Hope you and your family are doing okay. Sending much love from over across the pond. Video was timely. You're transferring factions shortly and need to pick new races for your blacksmith, engineer, warrior, and alchemist, inscriptionist, rogue. Oh, fantastic, Cryptaria. I hope it had some useful things in there. And also, big thanks to Jack the Dipper as well for the Miro board that helped consolidate a lot of the ideas into one. Oh, I need to sort this one out actually. Let's sort that out. Oh, actually, I need to post things on before I do that. Let me just check. Hold on, if there is something. Let me just check the Discord. Excellent. There we go. I'll do that and then pop that on, and then we should have the Wowhead blog up already. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So I'll go and do that in a moment. I'll sort that one out. Real Ginny, good evening to you. Having any experience using TSM Bank UI? Any chance you might be able to do a guide on it at some point? I certainly will, Real Ginny. I'll do a run through on that. I don't use it a lot myself, but I will certainly go through it and then make sure I do a guide so that I explain all the process and why you'd use it. I did respond, did I, Mushy? Okay. Also, today is the last day, depending on time zone maybe, to put BFA on a new WoW account under your main Battle.net account, and you get a cheap 110 character boost. Oh, really? That's interesting, Cryptaria. Is that when the sale runs out? I'll have to have a look, certainly. Growing really fast. Oh, fantastic, Alfred. Especially interested in seeing the use with the guild bank, ideally setting up specific tabs and items and groups. Aha, right, yes. I'll make a note of that, Real Ginny, and make sure that I cover all those basics on it, certainly. You got the Jaina Mythic mount last night. Oh, congratulations, Doc Otter. That's fantastic. You got a mail from Samadan with the bladders and the questionable meat. Didn't I hear? Oh, did it actually come back, Silent Mouse? I did wonder. I've not actually. I do apologise. I've not actually opened my mail that whole time because I've been so busy on the video. Send it to me again, and I'll do it certainly. And Jack, good evening to you, and thank you so much for 15 months. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your support, Jack. I really do appreciate it, and thanks again for your inspiration from the Miro board. That's a whole load of emotes. There we go. Thank you, Jack. The 500k will be mailing its way across to you when next we meet. And Trivial Gnome, coming in. Good evening to you. 4 months. Thank you so much. 500k tax-free. And look at that, we've kicked off a hype train as well. That's amazing. Thank you all for your support. It really, really does mean the world to me. It's a lovely way to start the Sunday evening. Thank you, Trivial Gnome. And Mazel Tov coming in for 8 months as well. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Look at that. And already we are hyped up beyond hyped. There we go. Thank you so much. Level 1 is complete. Let me have a look. Hold on. I've missed a whole load of stuff. So let me just scroll up and make sure I haven't missed anything. If I do miss anything, anyone coming in, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. So it's $20 for a 110 boost if you have the accounts available. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I may have to do that on my wife's account if I've got the Battle.net balance for it, which I think I have at the moment. And we've got all that. Go and scroll through that, and there we go. Videos are really nice, and no worries, no problem. Silent Mouse, thank you. Alright, what else? I'll be right back making coffee, and had a video card driver funk today. Not this Silent Mouse guy again. How are you, Jeannie? Lovely to have you here. You still haven't got it working properly. Have you been able to work your... is your WoW working okay, Mushy? Any quick idea why they won't... why Team won't follow the main? Yeah, that's definitely one for Mazel Tov and the other boxes, certainly. What's going to happen with to Twitch streaming when the new company takes over? Which company is going to... inbox full of gold, who knows? What new company? I know Overwolf is taking over the actual Twitch client side of things for the game add-ons, but it's not taking over the whole thing, isn't it? I went and picked up for your alt account. Oh, fantastic, Alfred. Glad you capitalised on that one. The Cowking, good evening to you. On this 100-degree day. Wow, that does sound hot. Very hot indeed. It's toasty here, actually. I must admit, that's my cookies laid out there. You went from 8 FPS to 60, so that part itself. Oh, that's good at least, Mushy. That's good. Oh, wow, Kami-sama coming in with 3 months of sub. Thank you so much for your support. Overwolf will only take over the adult thing. That's what I thought, Jack. Yes, definitely. Let me just run you through a whole lot of emotes. Thank you, Kami-sama. That's so kind of you. And that's already, wow, 50% through the level 2 hype train. That's amazing. Thank you all for your support. I really do appreciate that. Do good. Just got done tanking a few Mythics and Mythic Plus challenges on your Druid. What's your first time tanking as a Druid? Oh, how did you find it? I've never really tanked before. I once tanked as my Death Knight. Didn't do that well on it. I got kicked out of the group. I think because I was going the wrong direction. But I guess I should have explained that I wasn't, that I was still learning, and they might not have expected me to go the right direction, perhaps. Right, let's go through here. I just need to post some stuff on, and then we need to go through the Wowhead blog. So there's lots of things to go through. Healer was carrying the DPS. Fantastic. Yeah, the real Ginny is the MVP tank when it comes to our Mythic Pluses, certainly. Your GPU 3D was just at 100%, and yeah, really bad. That does sound a little odd, certainly, Mushy. I wonder what was causing it in the background, perhaps. You haven't tanked since Burning Crusade. Wow. Yeah, it's not something I mean, obviously I've always had Samadan as my main, and so if ever I have done a dungeon, it's usually been as healer or occasionally as a shadow DPS. It could be anti-aliasing if you've got it turned on, but usually most people don't have that turned on because it's not really necessary amongst most things. I'm just going to clear my bags out, get this done, and then I can sort out the Wowhead blog after this. Just need to get a few auctions on first and foremost. Yeah, definitely turn it off, and the option under it on. The option under it, what's the option under it? Let me just have a look. So ideally you want under graphics, yes, vertical sync usually I have disabled, anti-aliasing I have as none, would be my main settings there. I'll go for those ones. But why it changed, not a clue. And I guess check also your DirectX version as well. Are you using DirectX 12? I would assume you are. And this one as well, multi-sample anti-aliasing mode. You want also on to be none, is what I tend to have for my settings. There we go. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone. That hype train was a success. Thank you all for getting us to level 1. You've collected all the emotes, which is fantastic. I've unlocked all of those, so thank you all for your... Oh no, that's the wrong emotes. Hold on. Thank you all. That's absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate that. Now I've got that on my window, I can't see it. Hold on, let me just close this down. I'm going to have to just pop a emote in the chat and close that down. Should that work? There we go. That's better. Now I can put that in and put that back. And then I'm going to go over and sort out my command for the Wowhead blog. And Sprawwow, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Let me just go through and sort this one out. So, where has that command gone? There it is. Edit that. Let's find ourselves a Wowhead article, which is that one. And then I can pop that back in there. And then that should be working. And then we'll come back here. Vertical sync's only needed if you have a 60 Hz or more monitor, so you won't get screen tearing. Yeah, 60 Hz or higher, yes, and then my monitor is definitely not that. You don't want to make the jump from a +3 to your +6 Toldagor. I know the feeling, Jeannie. When you go up to a +10, that's when it also gets really hairy. Just turned both those off and went to 150 frames per second. Oh, really, Cow King? Wow, that makes a huge difference, definitely. Backing up important WoW data anyway. That's interesting, Real Jenny. Thank you for sharing that one. Is this before Shadowlands side of things? So that's definitely going to be worth doing, certainly. Right, let me have a look. Wowhead. Let's see if that works, and then we should have the Wowhead economy blog. It's all ready to go through. Episode number 134. There we are. I'll pop that there, pop that there, then I'll move my windows around. Let me just back there. It's just a general thing, is it? Okay, thank you, Real Jenny. Always useful to have extra things on that. I mean, you could... In the video where I talk about setting up symbolic links, you could always do something like have your add-ons folder symbolically link to a Dropbox folder, and then have all your add-ons being backed up on Dropbox. That could be quite an interesting way of keeping your add-ons backed up. Just have it running every 12 hours in the background to make sure the WoW settings for all add-ons are backed up. It's a good idea, just in case things go wrong. Definitely. Right, let me have it. Oh, look, we got a little blurred out cookie in the background there. There's obviously a non-blurred out cookie on the live stream. How long have I been playing? Since the open beta on Classic, Des Madre. I basically excuse me, I did take a break between sometimes towards the end of Wrath of the Lich King and before Legion, because I had a young family and didn't really spend a lot of time playing WoW during the time. But other than that, yes, I have played very casually throughout the whole of Classic, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and then back with a gusto in Legion and making gold after that. Especially if you have version control enabled on your Dropbox. Yes, exactly, Real Ginny, and then at least you can roll back each time you need to, certainly. Had to rescue a hedgehog today. Oh, did you, Mushy? We've got no sign of the hedgehogs in our garden for a few weeks now. I'm a bit concerned about them. They were going on the camera for a while, and so now there's just none at all. So we're worried about where they've gone. And released a mouse from the hedgehog. It fell in the laundry tin. He released it 20 miles away. Oh, wow. So can I agree that Wrath of the Lich King, it was the best expansion? It's up there, definitely. Wrath of the Lich King was definitely one of my favourite ones, especially from the first three. Definitely. And then I would say Legion would be my second best, very closely after that. Welcome back, Lizard. And good evening, Adrios. Hope you're doing well. Time to make some coffee. Be back in a bit. Okay, Jeannie, I missed that. Coffee and cookie. It's perfect combination. Your deers are back. Makes you happy watching them in the fields opposite. Oh, that's fantastic, Will. And good evening to you, Will, as well. I hope you're doing well. Legion's your first. I think Legion's definitely up there, certainly. Legion was good for gold making. See, with Burning Crusade, I found it quite a grind and a slog, especially professions. Trying to get my tailoring up to, it was 300 at the time, wasn't it? And you had the different specializations with tailoring. I found that to be really hard as a casual solo player, certainly. I didn't even get to play during Legion, no. You just done it all during LFD. You've got good evening to you, Lich King, Mop, then Legion. Mop, I wish I had for purely the visuals more than anything else. Salty Shaft, thank you so much for the follow. Kata was your first expansion, was it, Will? Ah, interesting. First timer here, question, what would I suggest farming or doing for gold toward the end of this expansion? It all depends on your auction house, and secondly what you also find fun. If you do like farming and general sort of raw gold farms, there's plenty of those around. If you are more towards the profession end of things, there's still gold to be made with professions. I think the best thing to do now is to try and flesh out as many professions as you can, both in depth and breadth, and that will get you nicely set up for Shadowlands. Let's Fire, thank you so much for the follow. Mop was amazing gameplay. Legion was your favourite, I think. Yeah, I wish I had played Mop at the time. Your Disc Priest always threw shields on your prop warrior. You have no rage. Stuff would eat your face. Yes, that was the thing, wasn't it, actually, with shields not drawing aggro. 423,000 mail blocks clean out. Very nice, Silent Mouse. That's a very nice looking mail block, certainly. You remember the landing cinematic of the Lions landing. What else is there? For visuals, I think it's just the whole general style of it I really liked. Cookie's gone incredibly flat at the moment. Oh, there you go. She's just turned around. She must have heard me. Don't let Silent Mouse come to undercut your markets. Ladina, good evening to you. Commented on my YouTube video about the exclusive glyph for Shaman. Oh, yes, you did. Just wanted to add that Shamans can also get the Mage Table glyph. Thank you for all your content. You are more than welcome. Yes, you can. I think anyone can get the Mage Table one, can't they, and sell it. It's just a question of it's a lot easier to get on a mage. Certainly. Oh wow, there's absolutely loads of stuff I've missed on the chat here. Let me just scroll down quickly. Comfortable saddles are selling really well at the moment. Oh, interesting, Mitty. I don't think I've sold those ones yet. I did come back 3 months into Legion. Regardless. Oh, my video for class race profession combinations. What about going beyond the main 6 for alts? Would you do alchemy for transmutes and engineering for sky golems or something else? Exactly that, Cryptaria. I would go the alchemy transmutes for a good mix of them, and then I would, yes, the engineering mounts for the golems would definitely be another one up there. You could also do cards like Drizzling Rose does with inscription. Oh, I didn't say hello to you, Drizzling Rose, when you came in earlier. Good evening to you as well. So much coming on through here. There we go. And let me just catch up. If I do miss anything in chat, I'll do if I shield up with the priest and still use a refresh. Oh, Pharmacist, thank you so much for the 100 bits. If using that symbolic relationship for multi-boxing, would that help with the ads not seeing gold on other servers, even if on the same account? I think, are you talking about TSM seeing them? They should, especially TSM 4.10, should be able to see it a lot better with the accounts in one place, certainly. You don't necessarily, when you're multi-boxing, don't necessarily need to have lots of different installations of WoW. The main reason I've got those is, especially when I'm going on NA and EU. You got your beta invite. Excellent. I'm sincere. Is that for Shadowlands or for TSM? Alright, let me just scroll down because I'm missing a load of stuff here. You need a mage to get a table to make them. Exactly, so if you've got access to a mage, then that's definitely useful. Darkwing, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. I'm going to scroll down as fast as I can. Did you see it in the Battle.net or get an email as well? I don't think people are getting emails for it. Hold on, let me just scroll down. I've missed loads of stuff. Hold on, here we go. Can't really like herbalism on a druid. Can always use sky golems and prefer the worgen skinner miner. That would be an interesting combination. I mean, I like worgen skinning for the speed, certainly. A lot of people with sky golems don't like the way the flight just swoops left and right. That can be a trigger on TSM. Oh, okay, excellent. I'm seeing it, sir. Would anyone tested if there's been any changes to the WOD garrison in Shadowlands? I don't know, actually. It could be interesting. There's a lot of stuff to look for with Shadowlands. I really do hope I get beta soon on it. It's not just TSM, even Altaholic isn't seeing your gold elsewhere. Right, okay. Maybe there is something between the different accounts that doesn't allow them to see each other. TSM 4.10 should be able to see multiple accounts much better now. I'm led to believe. I've not done it myself yet, but that's how I understand it to work from looking at the changelog. You love the Sky Golem since they have sold for 50k each. That's definitely good, definitely. Too much things Sam's to do. Too many things to do, I think, is that, Lizard, but definitely. You'll test every step of your guide about garrison. That's a good idea, Dressing Rose, just to make sure it's all current, certainly. Does the human reputation and bonus affect renown? That's an interesting one, Cryptaria. I wonder if it does. That would be very nice if it does. It does work. Okay, LFD, you have two accounts, one for posting and one for crafting, and TSM's fine, is it, with communicating between the two? I heard it was much better. That's going to be fantastic, certainly. Phew, I actually managed to catch up at the bottom of the chat there. If I have missed anyone coming in, I do say good evening to you all, if I've missed you. Lovely to have you all here. And we'll start off with a little bit of going through the Wowhead economy blog for this week. Some interesting things this week. Preparing for Shadowlands, which we've been talking about a little bit here. TSM 4.10 beta arriving, which has been fantastic. Meep 1. Thank you so much for the follow. I love the name. Oh yes, you've got it, Mazel Tov, haven't you? I'd love to hear your thoughts on professions, certainly. Good evening to you, Meep. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'd really like to sort of just get my head around professions, certainly. Juice Fenton, good evening to you. Can we have a link to the page I am reading at the moment? You certainly can. That is !Wowhead. There we go. So this is the latest Wowhead blog, episode number 134. So just going through this at the moment. Missed half the week of garrison work. Boy, does it hurt. I guess, yes, if you're not on top of it, that is going to be hard, isn't it? No problem, GameCat. Anyone know what's up with the long maintenance this week? I'm not sure, LFD. I've not noticed that there was one, but that's going to be interesting. Maybe they've got a few things under the hood they need to sort out with various bits and pieces. Or maybe, I mean, it would be too early for pre-patch now, wouldn't it? Certainly. Almost like my age. 134 is about right, I think, Darkwing. That's how I feel, certainly. Finally got TSM Beta, managed to break it within the first 2 minutes of having it. Fantastic coffee kit. Have you posted in their Discord? Because the TSM Beta has got lots and lots of feedback in there. Could be realm mergers. That's interesting. Yes, because they the first ones are coming through, aren't they? They did a post. I realised they got it wrong the first time. As I think it was Billis that noticed that it was all wrong, and then they quickly fixed it afterwards, I think. Yeah, merging servers, definitely. Yeah, I still have to earn 850,000 gold. Hopefully, Sirius, it will be a few months away yet, certainly. Did you break it in the first minute as well? Wow, okay, Mushy. I can't remember because it was a little while ago when I did. I don't think I broke it too much. You leveled 5 toons from 110 to 120 today. Wow, Drizzling Rose. What was your method with that? Were you using were the Legion invasions on earlier today? I think they were, weren't they? Oh, you tried to craft without the tool. Oh, right, okay. It was Vardis, was it? Oh, yes. Thank you, Jack. Complete reload needed. Ah, right. How TSM-wise you are could be. I think that makes sense, Tarquin. I kind of regret not spending more gold last night on Xenonthid. It was down to 3 gold each on your server. Wow, that is really cheap. Really cheap. If you've got the cash and the storage space for it, then that's definitely worth just keeping hold of for the moment. But it's a party for the TSM 4.10. It's definitely a lot better, isn't it, Mushy? Definitely. Use party sync with level 91 toon and did a bonus objective in Draenor. You get about 1/3 of a level per objective, averaging about 1 level every 20 minutes or so. Ah, I see. Now, I've seen Mr. GM talk about this as well, in using party sync for leveling, using the WOD leveling in... it must be the same thing, isn't it? Just under 6 gold now. Wow. Okay, that is very cheap. Okay, I'm not sure what it is here at the moment. I won't look at it just yet. We've got lots of stuff to go through, so I'll go through the Wowhead blog first. If I do miss anything in chat whilst I'm going through, do shout again, certainly. Your hopes would be to dash as you never get it. I have hope that one for this one, but the dashing is imminent. Lol. I'm so sorry to hear, Webgirl. It is a tough one to get. I don't know what the real requirements are for it. Russia 1598. Thank you so much for the follow. But I think it does seem very random, doesn't it? Used the sale to get another account up and running last week. Your new character, Milling Mike, got through 40,000 herbs, turned them all into inks over the weekend whilst you were off playing Ghost. That's fantastic, Edwards. Other games. Thank you very much for the follow. Try doing it on your 460 Outlaw Rogue. It's kind of hard. Definitely need a class with Leech and a big AoE. In terms of... Oh, that was through the boosting yourself through Freehold. Yeah. Also don't need a high-geared character. Yeah, that would be a good idea. So, I guess with Party Sync you do need... it's only 420 and too slow to do it. Yeah, okay, I see. So you do at least have to have 2 accounts for Party Sync, don't you, to be able to make it work. Or a friend that has one, certainly. And you just have one that's at that level range, and then you Party Sync down, and then do all the bonus objectives. Do you do them together, or can you just leave the one that's the level sort of the WOD level? Do you leave them parked somewhere? How does it work with Party Sync? You're leaving Twisted Nether till Shadowlands. Well, it's lovely to have you here over on Shadowsong, Silent Mouse. Your 480 Alliance Rogue can pull the entire dungeon. Oh, really, Kojak? That's quite a lot, definitely. You can leave them parked, Cryptaria. Oh, okay, so that's even more convenient, really. If you just do have a second account, you just have them parked, and then you go through and do the whole Party Sync on the other character. It's a very interesting technique. Obviously, Bridget is very close to that, so maybe you could try that out. Level to toon on a second account to 91. And to do this, you can also do the objectives 2 times with Party Sync, reset or not, but doing them all except Spies of Arak, enough to go from 110 to 120. Takes about 3 hours for you total. That's a pretty reasonable way to get through 110 to 120, isn't it? You used it to start up a 4th account, fully commit to leveling each race class combo in the game. 194 characters in total. Wow, that is a lot, Coffee Cat. That is a lot of characters. I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think? I think it's a wonderful idea, Jack, definitely. And I think you should keep that kind of syncing to yourself. Much prefer mid-side pop yourself. After years of rolling on new servers, it has its own problems, but somehow feels better. I think it's the right balance for me as well, definitely. Wouldn't that get you the 8th guild bank slot from doing the party sync? I'm not sure. Or what will get you the 8th guild bank slot? I'm not sure. Mail sent to me now. Okay, focus on the blog now since it takes time. And quit chat while you're restocking. That is very true, Silent Mouse. Thank you for the reminder, certainly. And Crom Cake, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Jack should sync with his ship for that. All characters, classes, and races. That is a lot, definitely. Having all characters, classes, and races. Ah, right. Okay, right. I see what you mean now. We're sinking. Okay, enough with the puns. Right, I'm going to carry on with the Wowhead blog for now. So, first topic of today is going to be the preparing for Shadowlands. Maze Lady started off the conversation with the question, "What are you doing to prepare for Shadowlands?" And so there's a number of really interesting replies. People talking about, obviously, sky golems hopefully being in demand at the start of an expansion. New expansion, new herbs, everyone wants to farm when they learn it's easy money, and sky golems make the job easier for every class except druids. And Existence posted a very nice Undermine Journal graph showing the price of sky golems and how they peaked. I'm assuming this is going to be Legion launch and this is BFA launch, so you can see some nice price spikes there. Looking at the price going down here, maybe we'll get another price spike around here, 100,000 gold maybe. That would be quite nice, definitely. Creatives, good evening to you. 11 doesn't seem too bad, and 190-ish tunes. Help me coming up with a name for all those tunes. Very true. Only on one part of Shadowlands for Sky Goblins. No need for a lot. Okay, Sky Golem factories. There's an option, definitely. New expansion, new bot accounts, spiking Sky Golem prices. There is that, I guess, because if there are bots and they have to make a fresh new account, they won't have access to any mounts. So buying the Sky Golem does make things easier on that front. I would hate to think of the idea of selling to a potential bot, though. I'd rather be selling to, genuine players more than anything else, certainly. But there's a lot of other interesting ideas coming up here. Valtroyce had some interesting things about looking the kind of research you can do, expecting that basically a lot of the full pop servers will have really high queue times, and so just to expect that and get in when you can. Keep an eye on all the class and user interface changes, back up your add-ons as we were talking about earlier, and just getting used to even being able to play without add-ons, because some add-ons may break completely, including TSM. Touch wood, hopefully it won't. Hopefully it'll be all fine. But you never know, and there could be some unknown problems. So be prepared to adapt quickly to a market, definitely. Would the bot not pick a druid? Why not pick a druid? That's true, actually. That's more cost-effective, certainly, Jack. That's what I would do. Yeah, the queue times are going to be interesting on the full server, certainly. So I would have a backup plan, certainly. Maybe roll a character on another one, certainly. I like my fluffy hat above me. Hold on, Jack. We can do better than that. Hold on, whereas... There we go. There we go. Hold on, it's not quite there yet. There we go. A cookie hat. Oh no, now I've messed my windows up. Hold on, I've got to get that back. Can I undo that? A nice cat hat. Hold on, I've broken my OBS. Hold on, there we go. Let's make that a bit bigger. Pop that back there. There we go. That's better. I have to dye my beard to match the cat, certainly. Disappointed to find that High Mountain Torrent and do not stay informed when mine. Oh, that would be brilliant, Crumb Cake, if they did. Yeah, that would be definitely good. Hedgehog, good evening to you. Sorry, I've missed a whole load of stuff there, everyone. Yeah, we're flying enabled in Shadowlands early enough to expect the early sales of Sky Golems. I don't know about early enough. I think, did I hear last that the flying is going to be tied in with Covenant Renown, perhaps, rather than being a Pathfinder achievement. Yeah, and that's time-gated, as Cromcake said. Yeah, that's what I thought. That was the last I heard, so that's going to be interesting. So how will that work if it's not being sort of behind a Pathfinder? So definitely, confirmed by Sloot, was it? Okay. The life of a cat. I know, Cookie's completely relaxed at the moment. Yeah, no rep, just renown. Ah. And so how do you get renown? Is it like we were discussing earlier, can humans get the extra rep bonus from that? I wonder if that makes a difference. It's all interesting. There's still lots of stuff to learn about with Shadowlands, so we're still at an early stage, certainly. It's just the rep grind that's the problem, Will. Yes, it certainly was. You progressed through your Covenant. Watched my video earlier. And Athanasius296, thank you so much for the follow. Watched my video earlier and made a comment on Discord where Kojak warned you about unlisted video. Zanzalari Troll should be a main character for those who wants to start. Oh yes, it was originally unlisted Metcat, and then I realised I hadn't had a tab open and I resaved it, and so it should have gone through. Thank you, Metcat. Zanzalari Troll should be a main character for those who want to start WoW and decide a race for their main extra gold. I mean, I'm not sure how much the extra gold adds up, but I think it'll be a really nice one to choose, certainly. If you can get a Zanzalari's Trolls to start off with, which I think you might be able to in Shadowlands. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Yeah, they seem to be making a big deal to say it's not rep, certainly, but a renown grind. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. Yeah, it's a good shout, definitely, isn't it, Will? I don't know how much the extra gold adds up, but isn't it something like 20%, I think? You don't really kill anything that drops gold for you, race you like, it's make you want to play and make me more gold. Exactly. I mean, that's the big thing I did caveat it with is, you know, make sure you're having fun above all else, certainly. It also shows in chat, doesn't it? Like 1 gold and 30 silver. That's good. If you're cloth leather farmer with a Zanzalari Troll Druid, is a nice combo. Yeah, that would definitely be a good character to use, certainly. Because obviously, if you're doing a lot of skinning and things like that, then you're obviously killing a lot of things. Anything where you're going to be killing a lot of creatures, really. Right, let me carry on with the Wowhead blog. So other things thinking about is consumables, because of the change with potion cooldowns. Maybe flasks may not be selling quite as much as before, but anything to do with speed and haste is going to be useful. Mount equipment is going to be useful. Water walking, probably not so much. I don't think there's much water bound areas in Shadowlands as there were in BFA. And then obviously bags are a big thing when it comes to a new expansion. Lots of new players making new characters, so definitely lots of opportunities there when it comes to Shadowlands. Yeah, tailor skinning for Zanzalari Troll seems nice. Yeah, I think so, Will. That's a good combo. And the new conduits that aren't gems. Exactly. They're similar but not similar, I think. It doesn't surprise me anymore. The rep for the B is the same, and it's like a friendly best friend system like Mob. I think so. Gliders is going to be an interesting one, Will, because I did see on the engineering side they did have a spell for a different glider for each covenant, but since the data mining has been, that spell now says it's been removed. So I don't know whether it's a Wowhead link that's now moved somewhere else, or maybe they thought they'd put in gliders for engineering and have decided to take them out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Yeah, I think a good market for anti-daze would be useful. Anyone who's wanting to go around and gather a whole load of herbs quickly is definitely worth doing, certainly. Tomorrow's going to be fun. Weekly card flip and Savage Blood Turn. Excellent, Mitty. Good luck on that one. Engineers always had gliders, yeah. So I wonder if there's just something different on that point. So other interesting suggestions here was obviously the big one here, which a lot of people have talked about, is Inscription and the Dark Moon decks. Traditionally, at the start of expansions, have been very good for gold making if you can get in there early and start selling those trinkets. So that's something to think about if you do have an Inscription ready to go. If you can figure out what you did to break it and then post it on the economy Discord. Oh, is that for the task is not working in 4.10? Interesting, Edwards. No, it should pop up, certainly. I know they're still working on it. It hasn't been implemented fully yet, so maybe it could be just like a version thing at the moment. You can put something on your mount slot to have it on each alt. But usually we put water walking on it. I guess it's just so much easier, isn't it? Water walking, then you can just get around the world a lot easier, especially if it's just a little lake in the area. You never sold a single Dark Moon card in your life because you've never looked into making a whole deck. Oh really, Cryptaria? It's not a market I've tried yet, but I will definitely be giving it a go in Shadowlands. As I'm going to be there at the beginning, it's going to be one of the professions that I not so much focus on completely, but it will be one of the ones that certainly will be high on my list. Yeah, you do have to make a lot of cards. Maybe if you can trade them with someone, because I think someone said in one of the what was it? They traded a lot of the cards with their guild person. I don't think it was in the thread itself somewhere. Someone saying that basically they went with their guild and traded cards that way. Swap many to the comfy saddle to avoid dazing, since you're flying and don't need to water walk. That's a good point, actually. The anti-daze, as we said, was definitely going to be useful. Yeah, they'll be very expensive unless you've got some routes sorted out yourself and you want to go out and grab some. You trade and buy the ones you miss. Yeah, I think as Game Cat says, if you can get a good trading system going, certainly. And probably will. Seems like it might make a chunk of your time to do it properly. I think so, Edwards. I think it's a good, especially as you're so far into the Inscription market at the moment, it'll be a great thing for you to start on, certainly. But it's refreshing now, and you're in the beta too. Okay, so it was. So hopefully it's working for you, Edwards. So in general, the advice here is to expect add-ons to break, learn to adapt, be ready to double down on emerging markets while also having fun. So that's my main take on it, basically, when it comes to Shadowlands. There's going to be some interesting times ahead, and if you're ready to push hard in a certain direction and get ahead of someone else in professions, then you've definitely got an advantage. Kithung, thank you so much, using your Prime for 7 months. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate that, using your Prime. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. Your tasks are working fine with 4.10 as well. Okay, I'll give mine a test at some point, yeah. Yours is blank and it says it's empty. You'll give it a refresh. Yeah, if in doubt, just give it a refresh, and that should hopefully fix most things. Are you alone in thinking that the ore is going to be more lucrative than herbs in Shadowlands? Well, interesting crumb cake, because we now have 6 ore as well as 6 herbs now. So it's going to be a large variety of different ore that's going to be available, and each one is going to go in a different covenant or different area, isn't it? Always needing flask and potions, that's true. Family time, got on. Okay, Cow King, lovely to have you here. Hope to see you again soon. And then just to finish off on the Shadowlands preparation is Bregvids has done a nice video of his opinion on the 2 best professions for Shadowlands for gold making, and he talks about inscription and enchanting. Now inscription, obviously, as we've just been talking about, the Dark Moon Dex is going to be interesting from that point of view. Enchanting, there's obviously going to be a load of new enchants coming out, and so what you can do to double down in that area, level it up, and then people can will obviously be rotating through a lot of gear to try and get well, the great thing about enchanting actually is there's so many different slots available to enchant for Shadowlands, so it's got a lot of variety in it, definitely. Do you need to be in a certain coven to farm the herbs and mine, or doesn't matter? I don't know whether it's just a physical area you need to be in, or whether it's going to be you have to be a member of that covenant. I'm not sure. I did Drizzling Rose. It's gone up to 185,000 I last saw. That's like really high. I was glad I got a few at 170,000. I wonder what's causing it to go up so much. Do you think it might be because the sale is about to finish, perhaps? And people are just finally cashing in then. Gold making won't be the same anymore like it was in other expansions releases because of the new auction house system. Is going to be a post and undercut madhouse. It's going to be interesting, Jack. It certainly is. But it's going to be there's going to be a lot of people trying to reset markets as well, I think. And no scrapper as well. That'll be so nice. No scrapper, definitely. Yeah, with the sale ending, I think, as Kojak says. Bring back my monthly highlights in Shadowlands. I love those videos. I know it's a lot of work there. No problem at all, Traditioner. That is on the list of things I want to reintroduce. I've got lots and lots of videos that I want to keep making, and I want to increase the speed at which I get them out. So yes, that's definitely on the list, is to do sort of like a monthly update, see where things are going with the gold making, and in general just update on what's happening in the world of Samadan and gold making. Captain Barbosa, lovely to have you here. The sale, and there are some rumours going around that 9.0 will announce at the end of the time walking spree we are in. Oh, interesting. It'll be nice to have a date, certainly, that we can work with. Yeah, you're thinking less raiders buy gold since the race is over and there's a lot of guilds. Yeah, exactly. So maybe there's just not so much demand for it at the moment, so therefore the price is going up as people have got spare gold and they're turning it into tokens. Just when I was beginning to love the scrapper, it leaves. It is a bit sort of what do you call it, Stockholm syndrome, isn't it, with the scrapper? You spend so long there, you end up thinking it's a good thing in the end. So the next big topic, obviously a lot of us are aware of this as we've been going through and following this closely on my stream as well as everyone else's, the Goldmaker streams, is TSM 4.10 beta is here, and if you haven't signed up, there's a link to it here in the Wowhead blog. I also have an affiliate link. There you go. Thank you, Jack. And the affiliate link is that one there. And that way you'll support both me and the TSM team. If you want to get instant access into the TSM beta, I've got a rundown video over all the new features, and I'm happy to go through anything live on stream here as well, if anyone would like to see something if they haven't already got TSM 4.10. But it is a major update, definitely. I'm really enjoying my YouTube content. Thanks for all the info. You're more than welcome, Captain Barbosa. Lovely to have you here. Premium is straight away beta, exactly. So if you don't want to queue, because it's a first in first out system, not last in first out system, A bit of a dig at the auction house there, I think. But yes, so I highly recommend. I would actually say the beta is more robust than 4.9 at the moment. So I would say it's definitely worth the upgrade. And that's good evening to you. And Makazu, good evening to you. Great content like always. Speaking YouTube and streams. Well, thank you so much. That's so kind of you to say. New TSM is amazing. So happy about the group creation feature without importing items. It is really nice, isn't it? Anyone here have the motherlode mount pattern? I'm curious if it needs expulsum to craft. That one I don't know, but if anyone does know in chat, please do shout out. So yeah, what's your favourite feature of TSM 4.10 at the moment? I'd love to hear what kind of things you're finding the most useful. I think it does need expulsum. Okay. I think for me the biggest and best feature is the graph. I love a good graph, and I think that's the best thing about that. Oh look, we sold a quick navigation. Shah of Dave, good afternoon, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. Happy Sunday to you too. TSM is a $2.50 a month billing cycle. I wish they had a 3-month sub. I can't remember. I remember Gumdrops anecdotally saying something about the way the fees work or something like that made it not cost effective to do it at because they're a small company. It's not cost effective for them to do it that way. But that's only kind of like second-hand information. I don't know for sure if that's the case. It can be purple, that's obviously the best part, and also syncing between multiple accounts. The graph and the data with the fixes to account sync made it function much better. You just sold a bunch of yours as well. Maybe someone's doing a reset for us again. I think so, Real Ginny, perhaps. Be nice to see that come through. Maybe it's Hi Brian doing it for us. Definitely, Grant, before you couldn't actually see your full gold making journey. Now you can see all the spikes and everything. I really like it. Yeah, definitely. Since they're doing it via PayPal, I think so, Jack. Not Jack, Silent Mouse. DB region sold per day and resetting custom price methods. Yeah, I know you've been after that one a while, Jack. Certainly. Yeah, the platform fees get pretty prohibitive. And average smart average buy is also handy for flipping. Yeah, I think I would have liked to have it on as a default still, as an option maybe, but then that might get a bit confusing sharing groups with other people perhaps. So carrying on with the Wowhead blog, the next topic is what are your fun farms? So a lot of people who have been grinding out their gold for the brute saw or other things and getting a little bit burnt out by the whole thing, and so Mika Chino was thinking about, what else do you do that's also farming for sort of like gold and things like that, but is more fun and more relaxed that you can do. And there's a whole load of really nice suggestions here, which I've just listed through at the bottom. Sort of the kind of things where someone would like put Netflix on in the background and just do a nice gentle farm or something like that. Obviously not necessarily mythic boosting, but that would be definitely under the fun side if you're into that kind of thing. Old raid mount connecting, volatile farms, just doing general old materials, sunken temple for the leather, doing some Pandaria farms because those are obviously very beautiful, and lots of different things, go around Timeless Isle, see if you can get lucky on a few pets and things. Raw gold farms like the Ataltazar one, doing a bit of legendary crafting. That was a new one I hadn't thought about in terms of just mixing things up, doing something a little bit different. That's the main thing really. Old news, said he. ASMR farm. I've spelt Dreamleaf wrong. Dreamkeef Farms. I need to make sure I've fixed that at the end of the stream. Dreamkeef Farms, like farming Dreamkeef. Dark Heart Thicket, we've talked about that on stream as well with Samadan. Fishing, that's a nice and relaxing thing to do. Basically just park yourself somewhere nice and just fish for the evening. Your favourite farm is sitting on the broodsaw and cancel scanning. Wow, deep sea bag, did I sell one really for 250 gold? That is not a huge amount of profit, 44 gold profit. I'll have to see if I can up the price on those. Dreamkeef, my favourite, exactly. Dreamkeefer Sutherland something like that, I think. A fun new TSM feature for farmers would be an option to value their time and set an own item price for an item. Now, I mean, you can value your time in the sense of doing the price per material and try and do something that way. That's the price on your realm, 250 gold, but the profit is 90 gold. Yes, at the moment my deep sea satin is a little bit high. If you look at my my crafting cost is 205, because my deep sea satin times 25 is 167. My deep sea price is a little bit high there. I can and should be able to get it for cheaper than that, so eventually that price will go down, certainly. Some people say farm materials are free. Exactly, Darkwing, and the whole thing, you know, I know Gumdrops talks about this a lot, was the opportunity cost. You know, you are using your time to do something, and that's the way to basically value it, is value your time as well. DC Bags is under 200 on your realm. Yeah, manually price your farm materials. I think that's a good way to go, certainly. Tidal Core is 5,000 gold. Yeah, I mean, I think I've priced mine at 1,000 gold, because it's not something I go out of my way to do it, basically. That's why you don't say the mats are free. You say the profit from the craft for the craft is 100% profit. Yeah. When I need to restock and buy them from you. Okay, Silent Mouse. Will do. I'll have a look at that. And then just to finish on this, so fishing, pets and Skyreach. And then just to finish, we have another lovely video from Comlit talking about 8 weekly or daily things that will make you gold, going through a few things like emissaries and Najatar things, and there's a whole load of different bits and pieces on there. I'll let you go through the actual video itself to discover what all 8 of them are, but it's a really nice video from Comlit there if you're looking for other things to spice it up, certainly. Still no bag sighted in beta? Not that I've heard of yet. I'll be very interested to know when there is, certainly, and what kind of capacity they're going to be. Are people in beta going back to the solo old raids, not just BFA, but Warlords, Pandera, etc.? The level squish will have a huge impact on Mount Transmog farmers, raw gold farmers, and even old material farmers. Do you think so, Cryptaria? Is it going to make much of a difference, or is it just scaled appropriately, perhaps? The 5% auction house cut and posting costs. Yeah, you've got to think about that as well. It's not always 100% profit. Tide spray average between 2 gold and 215, so pretty much rock bottom price there, certainly. So that wraps up the Wowhead blog for this week. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you do have any comments, please do put them in below, and or if you have any questions or want things you want to talk about, come on over to the stream itself, and I'll be happy to answer them. I'll be going through my usage of... we got a mysterious egg. Oh, fantastic. Binds when picked up. Requires the oracles revered. The egg is hatching into something. Interesting, Mushy. What does that do? Thank you. I've been an hour and 5 minutes. Wow, that's gone through very quickly. So my next thing I'm going to be doing is going through and restocking my auctions. So I'll go and close this off now. For the Green Drake. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Hillian, good evening for you from the oracles. I've never heard of that one. But congratulations. Let's start with just clearing out my auctions and relisting things on, because we've got a whole load of things that need relisting. And then we'll check my mailbox for the week. Not been very active, I must admit, this week with Goldmaking. A simple sort of restock and relist on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So all the sales we're getting are literally just from them. I haven't done any active gold making since then. I've been so busy with work and getting videos out. So obsessed with the covenants and abilities, only testing those in beta right now. Hope some people will have access to test all the old expansion things. I know Mr. GM is going through a lot of the older stuff and the old leveling things, so maybe ask him to see if there's anything specific you want to want him to test, certainly. Jack O'Neill, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. 2 cooking expulsion world quests today, I think. Okay, Real Chili. 1 in Soul Desire and 1 in Storm Song. That might be worth having a look at. On Samadan, certainly. A little bit of extra expulsion goes a long way, especially on a enchanter. So I'm sort of new to professions and I'm having trouble picking which ones you should use. You only play a rogue and a hunter and don't like having a bunch of alts. You know you want engineering on your rogue. What would you suggest for as the other 3? Well, funny you should mention that. I do have a video that goes through profession pairing, and it is video. It literally got released just before I went out, and so that talks about best race, class and profession combinations. So have a look at that. Also, Jack has a really good Miro board, which was part of the inspiration for the sponsored comment. Funny you should mention that, Edwards. Did you know that you can get your Twitch Prime to subscribe? No problem. And Jack has a really nice, there you go, Jack's got the Miro board as well, which gives you a nice visual interlink of all the professions and might give you some good ideas that way. Including Skillshare and NordVPN sponsorship. They seem to be the 2 big ones, isn't it? Skillshare and NordVPN. What's the other one I see a lot of people using? Honey, I think. A lot of people do that. Thank you, Silent Mouse. Funny you should ask that. Twitch Prime is if you have Amazon Prime, we just sold a quick navigation. You get a free Twitch Prime sub that you can use with your favourite streamer once every month. Raid Shadow Legends 2. Oh, that's the new thing being advertised a lot, isn't it? I've seen that one, Coffee Cat, definitely. Yeah, I've seen the trailer for that on loads and loads of things. Is it a mobile game? Right, let's have a look. Let's get rid of some expires here. Amazing emote to Persephone today. It's a box. It's a box of dog biscuits with her dog Bandit on it. Oh, like Scooby Snacks. Oh, that's really nice. Interesting, Rose. I really like that. King Volcarona, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. For everyone here, favourite Twitch streamer should be named Samadan. Thank you, Silent Mouse. That's very kind of you to say so. On YouTube, every 15 minutes, a Shadowlands advert. And Just James R6, thank you so much for the follow. Right, we've got some sales in, not a huge amount, as I wasn't expecting really a lot, to be honest. We have some food, we have some enchants, we have some bags. The Netherweed bags here at 9 gold 80 is not the price I want to be selling them at. I want to be selling them at higher than that. So we'll have a look at that. 12 gold is a bit better here for my Netherweed bags. I bought out a lot of them at 10 gold. So if I want to make my money back, I need to post them higher. So let's take that 31,000 gold for the moment. You're automatically unsub to anyone advertising it out of principle. That's fair enough. We need a point redeem for Oreo treats. Yeah, as Oreo isn't food motivated though, that would be a tricky one. Cookie, on the other hand, she does like the odd treat, but she used to like Dreamies, but she's kind of gone off them at the moment. I wonder what we could use. I mean, Oreo doesn't come up here, unfortunately. Only occasionally does he come up here. Alright, everything is off, so let's just post everything else on. And then we can see about a restock here at the moment. Cookie likes cookies. She likes curling up into a cat bagel at the moment. Your Jess used to love rice pudding. Interesting, Will. Interesting. Yeah, upstairs is cookie stuff. There have been times, if Oreo gets particularly scared, he will go under the bed here. And then occasionally, if he's feeling really brave, he will go on the bed, especially as he likes fleece. That orange fleece that Cookie's on, Oreo loves to sleep on that as well. And very occasionally, you will see both Cookie and Oreo on the bed. What professions to use besides enchanting? What's the most profitable? Oh, it depends really. I would say alchemy is a pretty solid one. Alchemy and inscription. But then, that said, also blacksmithing's been doing very well for me as well. So it also depends on your server as well. One of your friend's cat was a ranch girl. She went nuts for ranch dressing. Oh really? Other like one of your borzoi puppies who's almost 70 pounds got stuck under the bed. Oh no! I hope they managed to get themselves back out. Your cats share the newest pillow. Oh, that's nice, Mushy. There we go, Silent Mouse has got the cat bagel. One of your cats is very fond of American cheese, but makes her gassy, so it's mostly limited to when we need her to take a pill. That's a good idea for a bribe, certainly. There we go. And we've just sold some biltong. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got some deep sea bags coming through, some quick navigation coming through, and some biltong. Let's check what we actually need to restock on here. Let's just clear that. TSM groups. Okay, so quick navigation, offhands, ghastly goulash, biltong. There's a load of food here. It's going to be interesting. And some more deep sea bags. And some frostweed bags as well. I probably need to get some netherweed bags on as well. Let me just check that. Hold on. Real Sad Guy, thank you so much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. My auctions, let's just check. Netherweed, yes, I've got a load of... Ah, that's much better. Netherweed bags now at 30 gold. That's the kind of price I'd like to be selling them for. So we'll keep those on at that price. Hopefully we'll get a few of those there. That's good. We also need to have a look at our task list here. And let's see if ours is working. So gathering, select all, open task list. There we go. So we've got a few different bits and pieces. We need some aromatic fish oil here. I'll probably get that just from my bank, I think. There's no golden profession. If that's the case, then nobody will be crafting from the other professions. You should see professions like seasons, they come and go. That's a very good way of thinking about it, Jack, actually. There are times when one profession will be more popular or more profitable than others. They certainly all have their times. You have the same auction sale sound. Watching you while playing well makes you think you're selling more than I am. It does happen, sorry, Aspie. I could change it. There's something different perhaps, but that till sound is really nice notification to have. I think it's the default one as well. Blacksmithing is racking in a 200k per week on Drainer for me. Yeah, blacksmithing is doing really well, with especially the weapons at the moment. Right, what have we got? Get from Guild Bank. I'll take a load of that. And a load of that. I should at least clear out some of the stuff. And then tailoring crafts, we've got a lot of frostweave to do here. Some stuff from the vendor. Aromatic fish oil. Now ideally I'll get my fish from elsewhere. Now the other guild bank does have a fair amount of fish in it. I don't think I've got any spare here on me. I used to have some in stock. No, I might have to go across and just borrow some. Let me do that first whilst it's in my brain, and then we'll go over and come back to this. Weapons aren't competing with Black Empire gear, which is nice. Yeah, so the weapons are doing really well. You currently have 25 122, so 25 more to go. That's pretty good. Gives an experience of your own future goblining. That's a good future aspiration, certainly. Do a list this week with Samadan to talk about all the factors that come with professions. That sounds good, Jack. I'd be happy to talk about one like that. Right, let me just go over here. I've got loads of cooldowns which I haven't ignored. So let's go through here and we will go now. There's some fish in here somewhere. BFA herbs and fish. Now I've got excess stock of this, so I'm going to take whichever is going to be the cheapest. That mat cost is telling me 21. That one's 30. This has obviously got when it was a really high price. So that sand shifter is really expensive at the moment. The slimy mackerel is currently quite cheap. So aromatic fish oil price, really. This obviously bought at a very cheap-ish price. So I'm going to use the Great Sea. I've got more of the slimy mackerel, so I'll take a stack of that. We'll use that for the moment. There we go. Let's head on round, and then we'll post that back. So send, where's the fish that I just picked up? Send that to Samadan, and then we'll come back there. There we go. Oh, good evening, Gwilyn. How are you? Lovely to have you here. Just going to swap over back to Samadan. Lane snapper is like 5 to 6 gold. Yeah, that is pretty cheap. At the moment, I'm literally just going with what I've got a stock of at the moment, because I don't use these fish much at all. So even though I previously bought them at a high price, I'd rather just turn them into aromatic fish oil at the moment and go from then. Sepharin 85, lovely to have you here. Even you're looking at your left screen whenever that sound goes off. I haven't played the game in 6 minutes. You had a big downturn in the last 2 weeks in the time walking on weapons and gear. Yeah, the time walking does put a different spin on it, certainly. Put some new pictures of the cats on Discord. Okay, Mushy, I will try and get some new ones of them, certainly. Oh, 6 months, not minutes. Oh, right, okay, Mr. Deadfellow. That's a big difference, isn't it? Lovely to have you here, even if you haven't played WoW in over 6 months. Right, let me head on over to the mailbox. Pick that up. We'll turn that into aromatic fish oil, because it's spare at the moment. Remember selling BFA fish for 60 to 100 gold each. Those are the good times. You mogged your main to a fishing mog with a bamboo fishing pole and everything, and put on a podcast and finished all weekend. It was so chill. That's a really nice idea. So calm and relaxing. Well, it's lovely to have you here, Mr. Deadfellow. I really do appreciate it, especially with not playing WoW. The main thing I remember early on in BFA was when, because aromatic fish oil, I did have some. After all of that, I did have some. Didn't need to do that. I'll just create a load at will here. When aromatic fish oil was buyable from the vendor, and so it was really easy to level up your cooking to maximum at the beginning of BFA, and then they hot fixed it so the aromatic fish oil was no longer available from the vendor, and then everyone rushed to go and buy all the aromatic fish oil off the auction house and put it on a much higher price. Link your fishing mog in Discord and tag you. Fantastic. Oh, Abyssal Fried Resolve we just sold. Okay, so we're doing well here. Did we do the Temporal Crystal? I think we did. Okay, so we've got explorations, cooldowns, those have been done. Enchanting crafts, buy from vendor, there's a few different things here. Some infinite dust. Apparently that's cheap on the auction house. Yeah, it was a great bug at the start of BFA. It was nice to make use of it. Let's take that. And then we'll go over here and we'll go browse from the auction house. Infinite dust is telling me currently at 4 gold 50. We could disenchant that. That's currently my mat cost is telling me 785. So I'm happy to go with that at the moment for the infinite dust. I could normally get it at a decent price elsewhere, or a decent method elsewhere if I did a lot of old dungeons. But for me, for now, that's going to work. And the malformed Nasha is at 32 gold. My mat cost is telling me 38. How much do I need of malformed Nasha? I need 6. I'd be tempted to buy a little bit more of that at 32 gold. Maybe we'll buy ourselves 100 just so that we've got some stock. Buy that as well. There we go. And then we'll go through here and we'll pick those up. Then we can just make, we need one more enchanting craft. Mekdal's Big Mech just sold for 29. Enchanting for the mysterious essence. I'll actually do, now I should have some spirit dust in the guild vault. I'll go get that, because that's usually cheaper for me. Level cooking a couple of days before the hotfix. Yeah, it was a good time to do it then. I remember doing it myself. And sold 25 ickies for 70 to 100 over Twisted Nether. That's very nice, Silent Mouse. Was that because that was the Mechagon and Najitar rep grind that everyone was rushing for, certainly, wasn't it? Yeah, great QA testing definitely was a problem. Yeah, for the flying rep. And Zuba, good evening to you. What's my best tip for handling wrist fatigue from scrolling that mouse wheel, cancel scanning, auctions all day? I don't get wrist fatigue because I've got a really small wireless mouse, so it doesn't take much for my hand to actually do the scroll wheel macro. And I make sure that I have most of my arm on the desk. You know, I would ideally have all the way as far as my elbow on the desk, but my desk isn't quite that big enough. But yes, don't do so much cancel scanning would be the main thing from that front. Spirit, where is it? Spirit dust. It's over here. What's it doing over there? I'll take it from there. That's fine. I must have mixed my tabs over when I did that lot. So let's have a look here. Hard not to when the reward is so apparent increased sales. That is true. Maybe rather than doing cancel scanning all the time, maybe do small chunks of posting. So don't post, say you've got 100 items and only post them in chunks of 5 and do it every 5 minutes or so. That might be easier that way. Mysterious Essence, let's take 3 of those, create that. Can I show you that TSM macro which is created automatically so people won't stuck on the mouse wheel for posting and cancel scanning? Actually, where to get it, Metcat, certainly. So you go into your TSM, Trade Skill Master, under Settings, under Macros here. So you tick all the ones you want. At the moment I've got them on the default, Destroying, Shopping, Auctions, Posts, Cancels, Craft Next. And then I've got my scroll wheel direction both up and down with control. Oh, the actual one in macros. Yeah, I can show you that one. /M, macros. So the TSM one is, that's TSM Destroying. Where is it? I think it's, no, it's not that one. That's Reset Instances. Is it a Samadan specific one? I don't think it is, no. TSM, this one. Click TSM Cancel Auction button, TSM Shopping Buyout button, TSM Crafting button, click TSM Auctioning button, and Destroy button. Those ones. Streamer made about 3 million from Mechagon contracts since he was one of the first to get exalted with rust bolts. Yeah, I bet you'd make a lot of gold doing that, definitely. Would I recommend having 2 crafting professions on a main or have a crafting gathering on a main? I would say, Treason, based off of my experience from the last video I've just done, is that your main, the best thing about your main is that you'll get quite passively a decent amount of reputation. Put that one onto your bar and press that button. Ah, there we go. Best way to get expulsum is tie spray linen bracers. So yes, with your main, I would say 2 crafting professions would be better, especially ones that are tied to reputation, because your main is got your best chance of getting a decent amount of reputation on things, I would say. Oh wow, Zimpao, stocking up on another hoodie before Shadowlands. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Zimpao. You are my constant purchaser of the hoodies on my merch store. That's so kind of you. Thank you. If you're not sure what Zimpal's just been buying, have a look at my merch store. There's a whole load of Longboy related mugs and t-shirts and hoodies, and Zimpal can definitely recommend the hoodies, as they've got one of everyone. At least spreading them out a little. It's getting a little obvious. Okay, Edwards, I must apologise. I'll pay you later, Zimpal. I like those Tomcat ones, Lizard. Right, where am I? What am I doing? I am going through my restocking. I need to make a whole load of bolts of frostweave and imbued frostweave. So we're going to jump over this way. Oh, I need some ionized minnow. So we're going to have to go over to Mechagon anyway. So let's just craft this lot first. And then we'll go and get some ionized minnow. I have 1, we need 23, so I'll have a little session at the minnow vac, get a few of those in to get my stock back up. It reminds me, yes, the Cooking World Quest. I'll have a look at that one. Cookie's still fast asleep at the moment. That's a lot of nice cat ones. What's the first one? That's a sloot tail. Oh, right, the tail around the face. I like that one. That's really nice. Is a new version of TSM available yet? It is, Treason. TSM 4.10 beta is available. You can sign up for it. So if I give you the, hold on, beta. Is it TSM beta? I think it is. TSM beta. There we go. The link to sign up for TSM beta is there. If you want to get it immediately, then sign up for TSM Premium. I'll give you my affiliate link for that. That way you'll support both me and the TSM team, which is that link there. It is available. 4.10 is amazing. I highly recommend it. You don't mind the actual idea of cancel scanning and undercutting wars. Auction house is basically PvP. You think that's fine. I was jokingly asked a question since you imagine quite a few goblins have wrist fatigue due to the scroll wheels. Right, yes. I don't, and I do a lot of not so much cancel scanning, but I do a lot of posting, and that uses the same macro, and I don't find it a real issue. But then I don't do it entirely the whole day. There we go. TSM 4.10, the best add-on. It's really, really nice. It's just basically everything they wanted TSM to have in TSM 4, but didn't quite get the chance to develop everything. So it's really nice to see it all coming through. I've still got some stuff crafting, I think. I just can't see it now. There it is. I can see it. Bolts of Frostweave down to 7, 6. And then we need to do our bolts of imbued Frostweave. Let's just have a look here. I've got this on my... Sometimes it's easier to see in the actual regular window here. And then I've got... Okay, so now I need 36 bolts of imbued Frostweave, so we'll make those. Suit's youngest cat is always going close to the webcam and blocking the view, so that's the reason behind the tail emote. Yeah, those who remember Gumdrops' streams, Ruben would do the same. Literally, you'd get a tail moustache going across. Other emotes haven't gone through yet. It sometimes takes a while, Drizzling Rose, but I'm sure it'll be awesome once you get them through. Well, with any luck, if Gumdrops is in here, maybe he'll do some TSM beta key giveaways, like he's done the past couple of streams. Maybe if you say his name 3 times, he'll appear. Meanwhile, we'll craft some imbued Frostweave for our Frostweave bags. Then we're going to go... You can't at him. Okay. Maybe it's just psychological then. Like Beetlejuice. Then we'll go over to Mechagon, and we also need to, I need to remember about the world quests for the Expulsum, because that's always useful if it's cheap enough. I might even be able to buy the food for it depending on what it is. We might be able to get some decent deals that way. There you go, Kojak's got it. It works. Where do we sign up for the streamer privilege beta key? I think that's... I don't think they're doing a streamer privilege one now. I think it's now all down to whether you've signed up on the for the beta sign up, or whether you've got TSM Premium now. I remember when TSM 4 first went into beta, and that was the push I needed to go straight into. Jack coming straight in with the 9 months for Gumdrops. That's brilliant. So kind of you. Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much for sharing the love. Thank you indeed. There we go. Have a load of emotes for you. Does TSM take PayPal? Yes, I believe it does. That's how I do. That's how I had it set up. Certainly. Yeah, it's only PayPal. Right, I need to head over to Mechagon, so we'll take a flight path. We'll enjoy the flight. So let's go over this way, and let's go over here, and then we'll enjoy that. There we go. And Nafi, thank you very much with party of 3. How was your stream? Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. Use Sam's affiliate if you sign for Premiere. What Jack did. Thank you, Jack, and thank you, Darkwing, for suggesting it. So, watch my video and still having a bit of trouble picking professions. What profession would you pick if you could only pick 4, including engineering? So, I would pick. I would probably pick blacksmithing to go with the engineering on 1 character. So, blacksmith, engineer on 1, and then my other. This is purely down to just my personal preference because I really enjoy the professions and always have done, and that's tailoring and enchanting. Cromcake's got some other suggestions there. Mining, smithing, and alchemy are good ones. I mean, you could use, if you want engineering and blacksmithing, and you want to go the full ore route on 4 characters, you could go blacksmithing and engineering on 1, and mining and jewel crafting on the other one. That way you've got all the kind of like the ore professions covered. 20 Ravenberry tarts in Storm Song and 20 Lower Loaf in Zoldazar for the cooking. Thank you, Silent Mouse. We'll pop back there and we'll have a look at that. It was good. Old daily restocking, and then did a couple of old raids for Transmog collection on your druid. Oh, fantastic. Well, lovely to have you, and thank you so much for raiding me. This is very kind of you. And Mara's got the Jack board if you want to have a look at some profession pairings there in sort of visual format. On a high pop realm, you don't need even need gathering professions that much, and that is very true. You tend to get someone who's usually the prices of the materials are very, very competitive in high pop realm, certainly. So you don't necessarily need to go and do your own gathering. Sometimes it's nice just as a change of pace, certainly. You got this idea yesterday from another stream, one of the users. If users search for an item on the regular auction house window, all the uncannies are all around the transmog listings as a name first in general. So Aurora Affix comes up first. So you can consider undercutting by 1 gold, 1 silver to try and increase your sales. What's that for? So is that just... Yesterday from another stream, and one of the users, if a user search for an item on the regular auction house window, all the uncannies or any other transmog item listed as a name first in general, so Aurora Affix always comes first. So you can consider undercutting by 1 gold, 1 silver to increase your sales. Oh, right, okay, so it's just the Aurora, I guess, is it alphabetical, I guess, really, as that goes first? Let's go over this way, try and avoid a few bits and pieces. Only reason you take mining over herbing is that mining has various ores and gems that still have value, even though they're legacy, more so than herbalism. I think so. I think there's maybe a few kata herbs that still hold a decent price, whereas a lot of the ores can be quite good. It is alphabetical, right? Would be great if there was an option to clear all data on TSM, currently locked out of posting things that have expired a bunch of times. You don't want to increase the number of expires on the operation. You can take some of your old accounting data off. If you go into your TSM settings under accounting, you can remove data older than a certain amount of days. That might help you. So if you take everything that's older than 3 months old or something like that, that might work. Oh, it's beta pedicle. That might help you with your number of expires. Right, let's have a look. Can I borrow the Minovac? Where's my Minovac icon? Can I use the Minovac? Where's my Minovac? Is that because this is on at the moment, that you're not using it at the moment? Where's my Minnows? don't see them here. Am I phased out in a different state because of a world quest, I wonder? In which case, no minnows for me. I don't see any fishing pools around. It's probably... I could change my weak aura, yes, that's true, but I'm thinking the Minnovac itself has disappeared because there's no actual Minnovac pools around. I think it's down to this one, the 100 Fathom Lure, is probably... it seems like the phase, I think, is not working for me on this one, so definitely... Sometimes I'll talk to her again. I'll try again. I tried a couple of times.
Please follow protocol. Understood.
Ah, there we go. Third time works. Third time's a charm. There we go. And we sold a deep sea bag for 250. There we go. Right. Let's Minnovac our way through. Try talking dismounted. There we go. Thank you, Kojak. We got there in the end. I'll just walk around the edge here. We could possibly levitate our way around this, but we'll just do the edge ones because it needs to recool, cool down anyway, and then we can just get ourselves to the next one. There's the sucker. full of the puns tonight, Jack. I'm loving it. Yeah, it could be. It does seem to be being mounted. Didn't help there, certainly. I'll go over here and then I'll go and fly over there after this one. Right, let's head over here, and then I like to get, there's about 3 of them over this way as well. Extra sketchy, thank you so much for the follow. And then we'll do this lot over here. Gotta watch out for the murlocs that are around the corner though. After the second month, you do the data clearing beyond. After the second month, you do the data clearing beyond 30 days. Do you? I like to keep all my data personally, but then I am a data hoarder when it comes to that. Let's take another lot. So we've got a decent amount of ionized minnow so far. Shouldn't have to do this too much. Try and do it in small chunks every now and again, and that gives me enough. There's another one here, and then that one's the one I need to kind of watch out for. So I can at least do this one. First month in Shadowlands, price will give you a bad average buy value. That is very true, actually. Some of the stuff is really... The prices are completely crazy the first month. Definitely. Let's do these two. Watching the past hour, now I realise you're not sub. Oh, no problem, Extra Sketchy. It's lovely to have you here. Absolutely lovely. Problem with me with a silly operation you didn't realise it hasn't worked in you until you're locked out. Ah, right. Chavdar, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. Just going through and doing a bit of Minnovacing to help with our cooking at the moment. Then we need to go and do some world quests after this for some Expulsum. So we've got a decent amount at the moment. I think that's fine for now. So let's just check where were the world quest for Expulsum. It was over here with the Tortollan Seekers. 20 Ravenberry tarts. Can we make those quite easily at the moment? Let me have a look at my list. Ravenberry tarts needs wild berries, which I can buy, and the honey I can buy. That's fine. Wildfire, and I've got plenty of aromatic fish oil as well. So I don't think I've got a flight whistle on me. No, so I'm going to have to fly, and then we'll take a flight to the nearest one after that. Need to go round this way. I need to go past the cave. That's easier. There we go. Why don't I go to the Magni quest? That gives big Azurite power. I haven't really bothered with Azurite in a long time. Kenny Seng, thank you so much for the follow. Apologies if I butchered your name. There's another one in Zandalari as well, yeah. So we're going to have a look at that as well. Just going to go, I might as well just go to the flight point here. That will be the easiest way. Then I can make sure I'm familiar with all the chat. And so we go over here, then Expulsum's over here, so let's take a flight from there. There we go. And Andorath, thank you so much for the follow. That's also cooking, that's Lower Loaf. So we can go and do that. We'll do this one in Stormsong. We'll make our Ravenberry tarts, and then we'll go down. I guess probably the best way is to go... What would we do? We'd go... let's take that off for the moment. We'll go through... We'll probably Hearthstone back, and then take the boat, and then we'll Hearthstone to Dalaran, or something like that, I think. Would be the most efficient way of doing that. Whilst I'm here, actually, I'm going to get my weak aura to disappear when I'm not using it. Weak aura. And this one, toggle the visibility, display, and where is it? Trigger? Is it trigger? Not trigger, conditions, load. Oops. Have I broken it? I've broken something. My camera's still moving. The cat's not moving. But my weak auras is broken. It's in load, is it? Okay, thank you, Jack. There we go. It's gone through finally. There we go. In combat. So I want it just on in combat. In group. Do I want it in a group, actually? In encounter. I think that should work. In combat for that as well. That way they're both off. There we go. That's better. I'm still there. There we go. That's better. So, Expulsum, you are exactly where I am here, so you must be that one. So, Ravenberry tarts. Let's just get ourselves onto TSM here. Under crafting, we'll go down to Ravenberry tarts. We will craft ourselves. Oh, now this crafts. How many does it craft? It crafts 10, so I need to make 2 of these, and I'll queue those up. Then I need to get to that. I need to go back to my gathering, and then my task list will get me the right things I need to buy off the vendor, which is this way. I still have my Pierre, so I'm going to go here. Oh, buy from vendor, not auction house. There we go, we'll buy those. Whilst we've got those, then we can go down here, then I can go to my cooking, go to my crafting, Ravenberry tarts, craft 2 of those, that gives me my 20, and then we'll go and work order, get ourselves 5 Expulsum, nice and easy, and then we'll Hearthstone and do the other one after that. There we go, that's better. Argent Blades, good evening to you. Thank you for featuring on Wowhead. Your Vatrios you mentioned. Oh, fantastic. It's lovely when you can mix up the names. My absolute pleasure. Thank you for sharing your comment on Reddit. Absolute pleasure. I'm going to go over and do the... Now, where is it? Let's just check on the map first before I do this. Azeroth, Zandalar, so it's down here in Zuldazar for the Lower Loaf. Now Lower Loaf, I better check that I can make it before I head on over there. So let's check my cooking. Lower Loaf, I need some more sugar and that, and I've got enough of that, so let's take those, queue that up, and then I can just go to my Brutasaur and buy the things I need there. And then I've got everything there for my Lower Loaf. I'll go here, Pierre is here, Lower Loaf, we'll make that and that. So we have those ready, and then we'll head on round here, jump on a boat for Zuldazar. First time this week you've been able to tune in. Come around at 2 PM EST, which is in the middle of the day during the week. That's a pretty tricky time to catch people, but I'm glad you're able to stop by. Flight path, let's go over here. Don't forget to enter the giveaway from WoW Economy. Oh yes, good point. There's not long left, is there, Darkwing, for that? If you haven't entered the giveaway, I don't have a link for it, but go to the WoW Economy Reddit, and there is a giveaway for a whole load of stuff, not least of which is a Shadowlands Collector's Edition, which looks absolutely amazing. Sadly, I can't afford it at the moment myself, but that looks really nice, with the hologram and everything. It sold out really quickly as well. Thank you then. Thank you both for the link. Double link. No problem. Yes, definitely. That's going to be a very nice present for someone. I just couldn't quite manage the £110 price tag of it. That's a little bit more than I can justify given my current financial situation. And Brother Bill, thank you so much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Hope your evening is treating you well so far. We're just doing a little bit of cooking quest for Expulsum at the moment. Then we're going to craft everything in our list, which we don't need this on now. We've got everything we need. We've got a large list of stuff to craft, 4,300 profits, so nothing huge at the moment, just a few sort of maintenance bits and pieces, a lot of food, which is quite nice, and then we'll see what happens next, and we'll go through our other characters, see if we can get a little bit of gold going on them. How is the new job search going, or am I going full-time streamer? I would love to do full-time streaming, Darkwing. The question is, I need to make it completely financially viable, obviously. So that's why you're seeing me making lots of YouTube videos, and I'm still actually working at the moment. So there's I need to work out a few more things as to what I need to do to make it financially viable. But that is the intention, certainly. The more I can do this, the better, because then the more content I can provide for everyone. More videos, more streams, more Samadan everywhere, basically. Oh, was it last week or the week before? I can't remember which. I was made redundant, Quillen, so I will no longer have my full-time job as of beginning of August. So it's either going back to freelance, which is still a viable option. Obviously, I've done freelance throughout my career, so that is still an option. Obviously, with COVID-19, it's slightly more tricky at the moment. What are the recipes I had to run dungeons, rep, etc., that pleased you the most to make you smile? I really enjoyed doing the what do you call it? The Tools of the Trade quests. I thought they were fantastic. Thank you, Camby Summer. There's that too as well. Freelancing is fun, but really challenging. It is, because you tend to be all over the place just for a few weeks at a time, especially in sort of like the 3D industry. It can be quite tricky. Although what I tend to find with freelancing is happened quite a lot in my career is I end up going to one place and then just repeatedly stay at the same place, and then eventually they say, do you want to work here full time? Which has happened to me on numerous occasions. Sloppy1221, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, thank you so much, Gwyneth. That's kind of you to say. What happened to freelancing? Freelance is we're just talking about 3D freelancing, because I've done it for many years on and off in between doing full-time jobs, and we're just talking about different ways of different ways you can make make 3D a career, certainly. Full-time streaming equals no wasted time for commuting to and from the workplace, also more time for the family. Exactly, Silent Mouse. There's a lot to be said. Since I've been working from home since March and have been able to stream here on a Tuesday and Thursday, because I'm so much less tired. I mean, I used to, what was it, nearly 3 hours a day total commuting. It really does take its toll after a while. Right, let's make some food. We've got our chef's hat on. We've got Pierre. No, we haven't got Pierre. Now we've got Pierre. So let's make ghastly goulash, baked potato, McDowell's Big Mac. Oh, I think I broke it. Unfortunately, I broke it. Right, let's do a slash reload. I cooked too fast. Let's try that again. go full-time streaming, give more people chance to get into 24 months. Exactly, Gwilyn. That's going to be that's the aim if I can make it work financially, definitely. Why not change my Twitch name to just Samadan? It's cleaner, more easy to find, and good for streaming other things if needed. That's a oh, did I miss the mats? Oh, thank you, Silent Mouse. Oh, I am Sinister, gifting 2 subs. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind of you. Let's have a whole load of emotes. Welcome to those that got those subs. That is so kind of you. And Upside Games, thank you so much for the follow as well. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you, I am Sinister. To Brumblefar and Kojak getting the subs there. That's Sunny D, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. You dabble in photography, freelance, but 3D freelance is new to me. That's really it's good. It's good. There's a lot you can do. Film, commercials, TV, games. There's a lot of different things you can do with freelancing. I missed the mats. Right. Okay. Let me just have a look through. Yes. Sorry, Jack. You were saying change my Twitch name to Samadan. It wasn't available last time I looked. That was the main problem. Oh, and Key Barrier. Thank you so much for using your Prime. Welcome to the Samadan squad. You now have a whole load of fresh new emotes to use as you will, including a lovely Brutosaur one. When you go online, people don't say Samadan plays live, but Samadan is live. Exactly. I can ask. I'll certainly see if it is available. I kind of always figured I'd wait until partnership or something like that. And James Falharty, thank you so much for the follow. And wow, Gwilyn coming in there with gifting 5 subs. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gwilyn. That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You've been a long-time supporter, so that means the world to me. Thank you. Enjoy my YouTube videos. Thought I'm going to try my streams. Do I think obtaining the Brutosaur mount is still possible for you? You have 30,000 gold. It all depends on how much time you've got. It is possible, I would say. You've got roughly 2 to 3 months to do it. It depends on your auction house. It depends on what resources you've got available. It depends on how much time you've got available. No problem, creators. That is so kind of you. Thank you, Gwilyn. But yes, oh, Kojak as well, gifting a sub as well. It's going round and round with the gifted subs. Thank you so much. That is, oh, that's amazing. Thank you all. Thank you indeed. That's really, really kind of you. So I was missing mats apparently on my food. Gifting it back. It all goes round. So apparently we have the mats here. So we should have enough. Yes, we do. It was just stuck on doing one of those, it seems. I think I did it too much. And Jack gifting one to Metken. Oh wow, it's definitely going round. Thank you, Jack. That's so kind of you. Well deserved, I must say. Well, you are most kind, Gwilyn. Thank you. I do appreciate it. There we go. Thank you, Jack, as well. They're removing the Brutosaur. It's not technically being removed, Mr. Deadfellow. It is going to the black market auction house as of Shadowlands pre-patch, which is why there's been such a rush of people going through and trying to get the Brutosaur before Shadowlands comes out. Oh, it was a questionable meat. Ah, right, okay, no problem. Old One, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. Coming in with the chair. Right, what else have we got? Enchanting. Let's do some enchanting. Major intellect, quick navigation. We'll go through that. Best community ever. Just ask for something and getting a sub. Very much can't afford it normally. Well, that's very kind. Everyone is very, very kind here, and it just shows how lovely. This is the best thing about the Goldmaking community, is just how kind everyone is. I really do think there's no better community that I've ever experienced, certainly. Everyone is just so supportive. Right, I'm going to make some Frostweave bags, then I'm going to make some deep sea bags. Not a huge amount of profit. I think I could probably make some embroidered deep sea bags, actually, looking at it. because I have some tidal core, I'm pretty sure. Aqueous alteration, here we go. We've got 4 of those, so we can make ourselves, we need some embroidered deep sea satin. It's actually cheaper for me to buy it off the auction house at 9 gold, so let's go have a look at that. It's going very well, thank you, old one. How about yourself? How have you been? Embroidered deep sea satin. Let's have a look here. I think shopping scan here should work. There we go. Thorf Cake, resubbing with your Prime, 2 months in a row, 2 total. That's very kind of you, Thorf Cake. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Holiday remote for you. And we stand united against Blizzard's shenanigans. You should have to be kind to your goblin brothers and sisters. Thank you, Sirius. 100% agree. I'm new to gold making and it's been wonderful. Yes, definitely. It's the best community. So embroidered deep sea satin is here at 9 gold. So I'll definitely buy the cheap ones there. I might even buy them at 10 gold. In fact, I'll buy the 56. So I've got 101 embroidered deep sea satin. Is that actually enough for me at this point? I don't really want to start going up into 12 gold territory because I could probably make it myself cheaper than that. So I'll buy those. There's the now this doesn't work, the cash on delivery, in the TSM user interface. I can't see a way of clicking to open it. So what I'll do is I'll go into this way, and then how do we take things? Accepting this, we'll take that. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We've got the questionable meat. Thank you so much. And then we'll go back to that one. We'll delete that one. And then quick navigation. I'll keep that there for the moment. Thank you so much, Silent Mouse. That's so kind of you. Not bad. Done some transmog farming and was really lucky. Oh, fantastic. What did you get? Yeah, that was Silent Mouse. Really friendly and awesome dude. Good use of the emotes there, Thorf Cake. Have I caught up with everyone? Yes, we have. There we go. Right, so we've got that, we now need to post those auctions on that we've just made. Frostweave bags, McDowell's Big Mac, Abyssal Fried Risole, quick navigation, Timecodes linen nets, interesting. Current price of those is still 250. Don't really want to reset the markets on those. Ghastly Goulash is a reasonable profit there. Biltong and baked potato. I was going to have a look at the deep sea satin price actually. I'm not sure what that was whilst I was here because that might be affecting my deep sea bag price. So let's just do a quick look at that. I had bag spaces left and asked Sam if he needed something. It was so kind of you, wasn't it? So yeah, look at that. Deep sea satin is down to 5 gold 50. Now I've got 2,000 in the bank, 336 in the guild vault. I would be tempted to buy a little bit more of that up, just so that I've got some, because it's below half price. My smart average buy price is 11 gold. My mat cost is telling me 6 gold, so I think. Oh no, have you got some cheaper, Silent Mouse? You just passed the 2.6 million mark today, so on course to your Brutal in September. Fantastic, Adam. That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Let's see some Brutal in the chat for you. Halfway there is a good chunk of the way there, certainly. Although looking at Tide Spray linen, that's looking cheap as well. 2 gold 40. I won't buy that because I've got absolutely loads of it. Just shy of your first million, and currently leveling Gathering Druid and going to Tanker Dungeon whilst hanging out here with you. Oh, that's brilliant, Argent Blades. That first million is really nice, definitely. That's where the kind of like the mental barrier goes. That's fair enough. That's very cheap. If you want to cod me some of that cash on delivery, some of that Silent Mouse, I'll more than happily take some off your hands. Maybe, let's say 1,000. I'll take 1,000 off you, certainly. On the downhill side now. That's tempting, Shower of Dave. Right, so we've got that. Fantastic. Thank you, Silent Muzz. Pleasure doing business with you. Right, I am done with Samadan finally. I think we've gone through all of that. You would do COD, but I'm on Lightbringer and you're on Moonguard. Oh yes, that's the. I really want to get into doing the NA stuff. Now that I've got that video done, and say Mouse, am I happy? Certainly Mouse, I will. There we go. Some more deep sea bags going through. 250 gold each on those, so that's good. Can't be silent when the chat is this awesome. Absolutely. Whatever you gave Sam, I want a better one. There we go. We've got haggling going on in the chat. The gold is there. Just keep getting the momentum is hard. It's the thing, really, isn't it? Once you've got that working through, then it does work. I think you are using my boots. Oh no, you're not. I was going to log out there. So let me just log out, and we'll go. Catitude, lovely to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I dropped 55k for a speed warrior to farm old dungeons. You're at 185% base movement speed. That sounds really good. I'll give you 2 camels. What's the price of a camel these days? How much does it cost to make a deep sea bag? It's about 200 gold at my current deep sea prices, but I'm about to get deep sea a lot cheaper than that. One comfy kitty. It also doubles as a hat, Catitude. Yeah, Cookie is curled up. Hold on, let me see if I can just, without disturbing her too much. There we go. Bagel cat. Oh, I didn't want to disturb her too much. There we go. Putting the camera back down disturbed her a little bit there. There we go. Right, let me just come back this way. There we go. Do I look at region sale average at all when purchasing, or just DB market and average buy? I usually look at DB region sale average when I'm selling something, and that is kind of like the I look at that as the low point to think of, especially if I'm selling transmog that I'm not too worried about. I will maybe use DB region sale average just to know that that's my bottom floor for price. Aren't kidding on the mental barrier going down at the 1 million threshold. Feels like everything after has been coming faster. It does, definitely. It's a bit like the 4-minute mile, really. Once you've broken that barrier, it's just like sometimes you just think, hey, 1 million gold, that's not too bad. Obviously, it is still a lot of gold for many people. All right, we've got some sales here. Various bits of potions, greater flasks, focused resolve, draft of deception. It's 19,000 gold. So I wasn't expecting a huge amount of sales this week because I literally have only posted whilst I've been streaming. So I haven't been doing any other posts during the day. So browse, auctioning, run post scan. Sometimes you dress your dog with girl clothes and pretend she is my sister. I don't think that's really an appropriate comment. There we go. Sorry, I could do with some more moderating on that one. There we go, thank you. I just started reading and then, no, thank you. We don't have that kind of comments in here. There you go. Apologies, everyone. That's not what we're about here. First time here on a popular server, and it's difficult to take advantage of the auction house. Do I have some tips? Let me think. So it's a popular server, so it's a very high realm. No problem, Mushy. I'll speak to you about some more. But yeah, that would definitely be worthwhile, Gwilyn. I think we could probably do now that we're getting a bit bigger. Certainly. Exactly. Normally, it's such a wholesome place. We don't have much need for it, but occasionally, people don't follow the rules. So it's lovely. It'll be nice to have some more eyes on. Certainly. Even managed to make over 50,000 gold this weekend, clearing out all your alt reagent banks and listing raw mats on the auction house. So that's a good start. Getting your raw materials, that could be a good indication of what sells. What sells fast is to literally go through the things that have sold and then think, okay, could I easily go and get a bit more that way? And then that's how you expand and diversify your markets. Excellent. It's good to have some volunteers. Thank you. For 500k, that would be 1 million gold, Jack, and I've only got just 1 million gold and 59,000. So that would be quite tricky. But yes, tax-free. There is no taxing. Having a hard time selling glyphs, trinkets and uncanny gear on your server, and it's a high pop server, but no one in buying. Especially glyphs, I hear, are particularly competitive, so that can be a tricky one, certainly. On Samadan, please, Silent Mouse. Oh, sorry, not Silent Mouse. Mouse. You've been doing that as you have banks full of random previous expansion stuff. I think it's a good idea of testing the market because there's so much stuff out there that you just don't know where to start. So start with what you've got on you and then go from there. Only sell glyphs if you cancel scan every couple of minutes. Not worth the effort, even when the glyphs sell for 1,800 gold. It can be rough. I'm a bit like Edwards on this one though, is that I like the idea, if I'm going to be selling glyphs, is to have all the glyphs regardless, because it, like a tailor having a closed shop of stuff. Oh, that's a big yawn from Cookie. Thinks you might be deciding to get up in a moment. So you can focus on gold making again. So close to your heroes, all the things challenge, but then it's all about Shadowlands prep. That's a good position to be in, Drizzling Rose. I bet you won't, once you've done your leveling, I bet you'll make another character on another account somewhere or something like that. Ground beef. Oh no. That's an awful one there, Darkwing. Motherload mount just dropped for you. Oh, Jeannie, congratulations. Let's see, a whole load of thumbs up emotes in the chat for Jeannie for getting the Motherload mount. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Congrats. You make everything. Some things your store don't make much gold on them, but you're a scribe. You sell glyphs. It's what I do. Exactly. That's how I like to think of it, Edwards, as well. Definitely. You didn't even know there was a mount. Fantastic. Even better. The grind is over. Congratulations. Certainly helped me for Shadowlands 2. Having empty banks to start with a new professionals and mats. Yeah, that's a good position, actually, Adam, just to be right there with lots of empty bags. My trouble is going to be empty quest logs. That's where I have the problem. Because I feel like I have to go and finish these quests. I don't want to just leave them. Well, before I reform, let's just do a alchemy cooldown. There we go. And then we'll go through and reform that. And transportation, so no restocks on me for tonight. So I'll leave that for the moment. We do have the things we have got on at the moment anyway, so that's fine. We'll leave that. You're leveling in Draenor at the moment. Might need to spend 100k on to level the last 5 toons. Oh, it's a recipe for a mount, not a mount. Yes, it's the one you can make, isn't it? Is it the Mechagon head or something like that, isn't it? I think. Myrmidon's head, or is that something? The Mecha Mogul Mark II. There we go. I completely got that wrong. Mecha Mogul. It has an M in it. That was about as close as I got. Zaytinko, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, this is the Goblin version of Memory. Oh, okay. There we go. I was close, but very far away at the same time. Right, I'm going to go through my other characters now. Where are we at? So we've got Awakening done, the Alchemist. No Silas proc on you, unfortunately. Let's check on Inscription on Samadan. So we should have a decent chunk of stuff we can put on. Again, this is a highly competitive area with the Highborn Compendiums contracts. I don't have many of them at the moment. So it's mainly occasionally Uncanny Gear, occasionally Highborn Compendiums. And what else have we got? Let's have a look in the mail. War Scrolls is the other one. So we've got a contract we've sold. We've got Highborn Compendiums that have sold and a War Scroll. And the Glyph of the Sentinel was our first glyph we've had a sale of, which is really nice. 1,300 there. So we'll open up all of that. That's a good start. How are we doing for gold? 182,000. So let's post that back on. And then we'll go through and post that lot on. There we go. Draenor's really quick, and can't blame you for getting boosted. It's really nice. I've never tried it. I would be tempted. I'd be tempted to get like the ahead of the curve because I can't see a way of me getting that for the mounts. But I'm not, as you know, I'm not a massive mount collector either. And what do I do? And what do I enjoy spending my gold? At the moment, when I can. The thing I'm enjoying at the moment is spending it on tokens to then be able to buy other things like the Shadowlands expansion, and buying sort of game time on my account is the main thing at the moment. What am I doing on Wednesday night? I'm not sure, Real Ginny. Probably editing a video at this rate. Might be able to get me onto one of the reruns. So that's very kind of you, Real Ginny. Thank you for the offer. I probably won't be able to commit that much time to it, but thank you nonetheless. Yeah, if you have flight, even if you don't, it's still not horrid. Yeah, Draenor is nice with the flight, definitely. I remember spending a lot of time getting that, and it was well worth it, certainly. Samadan's listed on, so there we're here okay there. So if we need to restock on these, we'll click on this, and so Highborn Compendiums, we need some Expulsum and some Ultramarine ink. How much Expulsum do we need? We need 3. I'm not sure if there's any methods of Expulsum out at the moment for me, because I'm not a cook. Nothing on there. Let's try. Oh, that's Broken Isles. That's the wrong one. That's why there wasn't any there. And that and there. There we go. Work order is Ultramarine Pigment. Okay, that will give me 5 Expulsum. That will be easy. Let's go head over to the Snug Harbour Inn. It's fishing and cooking. There we go. And some things you bought Shadowlands Heroic pre-purchase months ago with gold, spent about 1.2 million on tokens. If you had that now, you'd be almost at 4 million gold. Ouch. That is quite a lot. I think I did similar. Looking at my TSM graph, I bought a whole load of tokens. Where was it? So I bought a whole load of tokens here. So I was at 4 million mark again. Then I bought a few tokens here, dropped down. Then I bought a few more tokens here and a few more tokens here. And this was mainly down around Shadowlands and the Warcraft 3 Reforged, and some more tokens as well. I think that was where I spent most of those tokens on. We're talking about freehold boosts on your 110, 122. Super fast leveling. People need good gear to do it. Paladin you found and tried it out over the week. Wanted 5k per level gained. And he got you from 114 to 120 in around 30 minutes. Wow, that is really fast, definitely. Get level 1 BFA cooking for Samadan. It's so cheap for so cheap Expulsum. That's a good point, actually. I could do that, although then I'd have to fly around and do these. At the moment, I'm okay because I don't really need. Oh, cookie's gone, so I'll turn off the camera for the moment. I don't really need a huge amount of Expulsum at this point. Thinking time versus money at this stage. So what I will do is do the Ultramarine Pigment for the moment on this, because that gives me the Expulsum I need on this point. There we go. They don't charge, but they don't guarantee the amount either. Do you do mythic chain runs for the glacial tide storm? If so, how much do you normally charge for that? Ah, right, okay. That ties together. There we go. Ah, Persephone. Woke up to a sub. Dope. Drizzling Rose was just showing us your emote, Persephone. It looks awesome. I love the bandit picture on the front. That's fantastic. How are you? Lovely to have you here. Also getting about 80,000 gold a week at the moment from a guildie who's paying you 10k per turn to clear all but the last boss in Dragon Soul, so he can have a chance at the mounts without clearing the raid himself. Nice little earner for you. It's your 3rd week doing it so far. Very nice. Very nice. That's the kind of thing you want to do, certainly. Something that's fun for you and helps your friends out. So Ultramarine ink, we need 59, so we can do that quite easily. Ultramarine ink, let's do 100 whilst we're here. Let that run through. Nabil, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. How have you been? He has his Bruto, so he's helping you get yours. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of like paying it forward, really, isn't it? So we'll get ourselves some Ultramarine ink here. This should be enough to just restock on the things we need here. Freehold boost on the Horde EU. I'm more than willing to pay if you know the gold stays within our community. Oh, that's very kind of you, Drizzling Rose. If anyone does know, please do shout out in chat. You're going to buy some boosts for 2 to 3 characters. Will get you from 110 to 120. I mean, it's if you've got the spare gold and you don't want to do the leveling, I can see how it's worth it. You have about 15 tunes you'd like to boost this way. Wow. I mean, for half an hour, and if you've got the gold to spare, that is definitely worth it, certainly. You keep saying people in EU Alliance offering the boost for 1,200 or so gold per level. That seems very reasonable. 1,200 is very reasonable. You do the freehold and HP boost on Alliance EU, sadly not geared enough on Horde yet. You should gear up your Horde Rogue. Actually, you actually like doing freehold boost, so you can only but can only do on Alliance. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the proportion of people you have on your server and what kind of market you can cater to, really, isn't it? Right, so we can post that lot on. That should be quite easy to do, and you're done on that front. Highborn compendiums are done, and then I can run round, and then we next need to go and check on our other characters, our blacksmith and our leather worker, and see where we're at on those. So let's try Irfan next, our leather worker. Why are you here? You were doing a screenshot, that's right. You were doing the screenshot for the leatherworking skinning. This is the problem of doing videos at the same time. You end up putting your characters in all sorts of weird places. So we'll yeah, that's where I was. I was literally, oh, someone else is doing the farm at the moment. I literally, for that shot of here, I literally go here, and then you turn around and you zoom in, and then you turn the camera off and you fly backwards, and you get a nice panning shot of certain areas. So if you're ever looking to record a video and want to do something, that tip was brought to you by Mr. GM, showing me how to do it properly. It's a really nice technique when it comes to getting shots of stuff. Right, let's go over here and I'll Hearthstone back. I'll decline the group, but thank you. And I'm going to go and head over this way to the Snug Arbor Inn. Backwards, wow. Nice smooth panning shots. Getting freehold boost is not worth spending money to do, especially with the XP buff. It is. I mean, I'm generally don't like to spend gold on things like that if I know that a bit of time myself can get it. Don't be like me and pay attention after handing in an emissary quest. You've flown away, not realising you had Paragon as well. All right, Darkwing, ouch. If I only played one character and had to pick 2 crafting professions right now for gold making, which would they be? Tailoring and enchanting. It's always been the first 2 professions I have, simply because I have them in a lot of depth. So enchanting, there's a lot of stuff you can do from old world enchants, and the tailoring is the same. There's a lot of different things that you can do with tailoring and enchanting. Alright, what have we got here? We've got Drums of the Mountain, Drums of the Fury, uncanny bits and pieces that have expired. We do have some sales though, uncanny sales, arm guards, gauntlets, treads, 2 burnished mining bags, bow of the Peerless of 5,000 gold, that's nice. Don't tend to sell many bows. You'd pick alchemy and enchanting if you could pick only 2. I mean, alchemy's pretty solid, I would say as well. Especially at the height of the expansion when lots of people are getting potions and stuff like that. Although I found the same with enchanting as well. So 21,000 in leatherworking. That's a nice upturn for leatherworking. We haven't had a huge amount of sales in a while, but we're up to 314,000 on this character, so that's a decent amount. Just catching the tail end of the stream, missed the last few. Zinadi, it's lovely to have you here. How have you been? We're still going through and restocking on things at the moment. Just casually gold making whilst chatting with all the lovely people in chat. Either tailoring, enchanting, or herb inscription, top choices. Inscription would be good, especially if you're at the start of an expansion as well. But yes, you wouldn't pick alchemy at this point in the expansion, because I think you are really reliant on Silas procs at this point. And you really have to get your herbs at a decent price to be able to make a profit. Pick archaeology and jewel crafting. That would be a... well, archaeology is a secondary profession, so that doesn't really count, because you can still have that anyway. Unless you want Vial of the Sands, exactly. And then it will be useful. Right, we've got everything on here. We'll check my auctions and see if there's anything we need to restock on, which is a couple of uncanny bits and pieces and some drums of both kinds. Gathering wise, looks like we have everything we need. So let's get crafting on this slot. Arm guards and gauntlets. And then let's do some drums. There we go. Cash and credit. What's my plan when Shadowlands goes live? Gather tune 100% or mix with alchemy and enchanting or something else. So I'm going to try and push 4 characters at once, so I can have lots of professions going. I'm not sure exactly which 4 I will do, but I want to have 1 for each covenant. The main thing is really just to spend as much time as possible enjoying the game, running through all the quests, and leveling up first and foremost, getting those professions and the reputation I need for those professions, probably tailoring, enchanting, alchemy, inscription. So I would say those would be my first ones. 4 priests, probably not, no. I'll do Samadan, Awakening, Samadan definitely, so those would be my top 3. And then I would probably throw in, it depends on what other characters I get up to max level at that point. But ideally, I'd have all professions up as quickly as possible. You're giving up on the Val now, better use your time. It's a tricky, it's sort of it's a love-hate relationship a lot of people have with that because of the luck, really. Dual crafting is excellent at the beginning of expansions, but if you need the shuffle the dual crafting to enchanting around mid-expansion. Yeah, it depends on the price of the ores and the prospecting results you get from it, and whether there's anything decent for dual crafting early on. Hopefully there will be. I've got a lot of... I think Shadowlands shows a lot of promise when it comes to professions, so I'm really looking forward to how it pans out. But I'm going to try and do as much time as possible. I'm going to try and stream it as much as possible as well, because I think that's going to be really exciting this time round in the expansion. So I'll go through, I'll try and get into all the professions, have a look at what's good. If I can get into beta beforehand, then I'll sort of like try and work out a few routes and things to do. Dual crafting has been operating at a loss since 8.1 on your server. It is sad. It is sad. I think it had a lot of potential. Certainly, occasionally I think people do the starves. Now another character that was doing a this was the blacksmithing shot, flying backwards through here. I think I was over here or something like that. And I went round this way, backwards through there. I think that was the shot I wanted for this one. Nice high shot. But as we're here, let's work our way. Now, we could stay here, this is fine. Let's go around to the auction house. If I can remember my route around here. I used to do this all the time. This used to be my auction house of choice back in Classic, Samadan. Spent a lot of time here, running back and forth. So let's go here and let's deal with my expires. There we go. A lot of people are now buying sockets for their gear. Oh, that is true. You can get sockets now, can't you? Discussion with Preach. They'll try to do a beta invite every week until the end of beta. That would be nice if they can do that. Something like that. That'd be very nice. Wow, we've got some good blacksmithing sales today. Look at that. We've got boots, greaves, spellblade, deck pounder, cutlass, shanker, cutlass, deck pounder. So a few bits of armor, but 39,000 is very nice for blacksmithing. Resets the gems, and you can sell 10 or 11 gems for 100 gold and make some money. Okay, that's at least something, isn't it? You're selling 225 rings with sockets for around 500 gold each. No one was selling them now. New level 1 at 11 characters can use them with the experienced gem. Oh yes, that's a good point actually. Do you think the token price will be cheaper or higher the closer we get to Shadowlands? Don't know if you should save your gold or bite. Save it right now because the token price has spiked because of the Blizzard sale that's been going on. It's up to something like nearly 190 on EU at the moment. So just all I can suggest is maybe just keep an eye on the prices and look at the curves going up and down and try to make, I mean, it seemed to bottom out at about 170,000 gold on EU. I wonder if it will drop before Shadowlands as people who are trying to get the Brutosaur mount realise that they just need a little bit more to get them the 5 million, and they might consider actually paying some real money for that last little bit. I wonder if that's an option. It's what I might consider if I was in that situation and I had the cash. Glad to play games. Good evening to you, and Dreamon34M, thank you so much for the follow. Things pretty good. Also, Goblins in your server resetting the price of gems to 200, so it's pretty nice. Oh, excellent. Even managed to sell Abyssal Fragment for 9,000 gold yesterday. Oh, even better. How many pieces of armour do I sell at a time? Armour-wise, it's very sporadic. But the weapons, the blacksmithing weapons, seems to be the much better sellers at the moment. I'm not shopping, although that platinum ore looks quite cheap. Monolite ore is 9 gold, and that's 15 gold. How much have I got on me? I have very little monolite ore, and only a little bit of osmanite ore. So given that the prices are cheap, I'm just going to buy a little bit up here. So the 8 at 9 gold, let's just take, we don't need that much, let's just take 250 for now. We'll buy those, and then we'll buy the osmanite ore, which we need a bit more of usually. 15 gold, there's 1,000 of that. So, whoops, I didn't need one, I needed more than one. Let's click the 1,000, 15,000 gold, that should be enough for a little while anyway. I'll collect that up, buy those as they're cheap. There we go. And then, did we actually post our things on? Let me just check. No, we didn't post them on yet, so let's go do that. Auctioning, run post scan. Let's get everything on at the moment. Last few weeks prices will drop like rocks. I hope so, Jack. Only professions you do not have is jewel crafting and leatherworking. Leveling a Death Knight for jewel crafting and a Druid for leatherworking. Before you take leatherworking, your Druid is just going to gather until you reach around 4 million gold or more if you decide to buy the Brute Sword. That's not a bad idea. I mean, leatherworking has been quite a solid seller for me throughout the expansion. Yeah, I think if the prices do drop like that, Jack, I'd definitely be buying a few tokens. Level 400 Uncanny Cloak sells decently to people with alts who are sick of doing the cloak quest. Yes, definitely, and someone who just wants to get their item level up without doing the cloak quest, certainly. Of my tailoring items, the 400 cloak is definitely the better one. Farming some gnome again. Oh, fantastic. Blacksmithing armor is 10 levels lower than the VOA tokens from the 8.3 zones. Check this link, I'm missing something. I thought there would be no ranks on the craft, so this page shows ranks for the legendary craft base items. Interesting. Let's have a look. Shadowlands Arm Guards, they do look like they've got ranks in those. Shadowghast Helm. I do remember them saying I remember them saying definitely there will be less ranks. So maybe it's just about the legendaries that's got the ranks and stuff in it, because I would say they seem like they're ranks. Looking at the rank 1, it does say rank 1, rank 2 and rank 3. But we'll know more once we can actually craft them, I would say. Yeah, I don't know enough at this stage, certainly. You got them all got them all approved, Drifting Rose, fantastic. Between farming corruption and farming the cloak on your alt, you choose the cloak each time. Easy reach item level 400 with benthic gear, few world quests and emissaries. Why people buy crafted gear beats me. I think seriously it's down to ease, really. I think sometimes people just have more gold than they think that's probably just the easiest way to do it, certainly. Below Shadow Steel gear has no ranks, alright. Looks like the same reagents but different ranks. Maybe need only the legendary. Inscription eye level add-on thing is gold to my ears. Yeah, I think that's going to be very good, Edwards. Definitely. Those optional reagents, I think, is going to be a real breath of fresh air when it comes to professions being current. Certainly. Blacksmithing. Let's just have a look at my restock whilst I'm here. Bit of uncanny gear. Gathering wise, we need a little bit of durable flux. We can buy that probably here. Durable flux. Let's buy a stack. Where's the durable flux? There it is. Let's buy a stack. There we go. That's fine. Bone arrow. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Now, nearest forge. It's going to be in the middle, isn't it? Can my brute sword fit through here? No. Okay, we've got a problem. Okay. We're stuck. There we go. We'll have to run through. Ironforge was not designed for Brutosaurs. That's a problem. Right. That's better. Right, Great Forge in the middle. That should work. And we'll go to our blacksmithing and crafting. Let's make some moral hardened stirrups. Seven of those. A few uncanny bits and pieces. I'll need to check my TSM to make sure that I've got all of those in my list. Goldmaking in Ironforge, that's pretty retro. It's a blast from the past, certainly. I haven't done Ironforge in a long while. It's nice to come back to these old zones occasionally. Right, let's check my group. Doesn't look like... I think I've got everything in my uncanny set as it is. So we can auction house this lot straight away. So let's take that. Go to auctioning, run a post scan. Welcome to the Tauren problem. You were a Tauren druid and Wrath of the Lich King couldn't fit through any doors whilst mounted. Oh, that's such a pain. Certainly. Right, we've got some good things on here. How's the Monel Hardened Stirrups? 500 gold profit on that. Need a small feast and the Brutosaurus the size of a Hawk Strider. That would be quite nice, actually, doing the different size. You really like TSM 4.10. It's absolutely lovely, isn't it, Catitude? Really nice. Back when Ironforge was the only auction house on Alliance. It was never the only one, though, was it, Gwilyn? There was always the Stormwind one. Basically, you had you had this one, and you had the Stormwind one, and that was about it, wasn't it? Stormwind wasn't always there. Was it really, Batman? I can't remember it not being there. Because it used to be, when you go into Classic now, it's up and around the side, isn't it? Oh, right. Just the community said Ironforge was the autos. Only Ironforge had it in the beginning, I believe. That could explain why I remember spending so much time in Ironforge then, rather than Stormwind. They changed it in vanilla. Oh, right. Ironforge was the centre of the corrupted blood outbreak. Well, that's lore I certainly don't know anything about. What realm do I play on? I am on Shadowsong on EU. In Classic now, Stormwind has taken over the main place due to all the world buff locations. I mean, Ironforge, I remember, it was always the place I went to back in Classic to do all my auction house stuff. Obviously, yes, when you had the neutral... oh, you play NA, yes. I do have an NA character started on Lightbringer, so I will be starting a journey over there as well. So it'll be nice to be able to do some NA leveling and fun and dungeons and things like that. So I've got all of that. Got that. Oh, we got a ×14 anchorweed. That's nice. Let's deal with my expires. What have we got here today? We've got anchorweed, light parchment, fusaka, insulated wiring, nylon thread, fresh potatoes. So 2,400 gold from doing very little. Just a daily cooldown and some vendor sales. It says about the sizes, using small feast, the screenshot you just mounted as a high mountain Tauren. Is that the one we had last time? I really like that one. When the three of you were there. Yeah, that was really nice, that screenshot. Really like that one. Corrupted blood was a debuff from the raid that spread to outside of the raid through a dismissed pet, spread across the server, killing everyone over and over because it spread on contact. Oh, I got a vague memory of that one. Yeah, certainly. Game Cat, lovely to have you here. Hope to see you again soon, and I hope you enjoyed having your character in this week's video. Good night, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. One of the houses on our laptops in Ironforge, inspecting everyone's gear, finding people with the hand of rag and thinking they were the coolest person ever. It went up to 24 gold. 24 is not bad, actually. It's 2 gold 30 on your EU server. That is a big difference there, definitely. Your goblin was really fierce. She was indeed. Marco 85 Finn, thank you so much for the follow. And Sportcast, good evening to you. I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? Haven't seen you in ages. The corrupted blood incident still used to model human behaviour in pandemic research. Started getting discussed a lot again at the back of COVID. Oh, really? Good night, Game Cat. Right, let's have a look. What do we need? Have we got a cookies? You coming back? You coming to join us? I think she just had some food. Right, we did that. So we now need to post this lot on. There we go. Sorasha, sorry, 47. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. We're just going through and posting on a whole load of bits and pieces. Nearly done with my Horde character here. We just need to go through and anchor weed is on, so if we go to our vendor now, we can restock on the vendor that we do need to stock up on, which will be, I'm sure there will be a little bit of that stuff, because we did, unless I didn't sell any since I restocked last. Let's check that again, just in case. Yeah, we have got everything we need, so we can then head back inside and log out for next time. There we go. Okay, so quick check of my rough characters at the bottom here that just are selling bits and pieces. Feng Shu is 105 at the moment. Yes, that's right, just in case and just in crate. Wow, that's gone very fast. Time has flown by tonight. I've had so much fun. Ooh. I thought for a minute there all my add-ons looked a bit weird. We've got a few expires, a little bit of gold, nothing huge, 20 gold. We're currently sitting at 2,000 gold in this character. I bought a little bit of extra flying, I think, last time, so might as well use my Brutosaur whilst I'm here. And we'll go through here and we'll take that and we'll just throw all of this on. This is really just a, let's see, throw it all at the market and see if it sells kind of situation. Don't really mind too much if it sells or doesn't sell. If I wanted to understand every single character within every single character within a TSM string, which video would you advise me to watch? You have TSM Premium and looking to understand strings better. I have a TSM series that goes through all the different aspects of TSM. Obviously it's 4.9, so there's a couple of things that are slightly different with a new auction house and everything. I am planning on doing a brand new TSM 4.10 series starting this week, so I'm going to go through all the basics of using TSM 4.10. So I'm going to update that video on that video series on getting started with TSM. Next Legion Assault is in 3 hours 45 minutes. I don't think I'll be awake for that one, Silent Mouse, but good to know. And Allsboss 10, it's going very well. Glad you caught my stream. It's lovely to have you here. I hope you're having a lovely day or evening. Yeah, it's going to be basically, I'm going to start off with the basics and go through the interface, go through everything, and then I'm going to go through all sort of like strings, where you'd use them, things like we talked about tonight with like the banking and the sniping. I'll take it all sort of like section by section and grow it into a TSM masterclass series, going into more depth over sort of like things like I've used the bracelet shuffle or other ways we might be able to use strings in more interesting ways. So it will start off with the basics, and then I'm just going to basically expand on it and go through various aspects of TSM, because it's such a big program. But I want to organise it into a decent playlist, certainly. Need to think TSM strings like rules you set for selling, crafting and buying. Exactly, you've got to think like TSM and think how are you going to organise your groups, how are you going to organise your operations. And you can start off really basic. I still keep a lot of my stuff really basic at the moment, because for me, you know, it's easier to understand and it's easier to debug when something goes wrong. Yes, it'll be lots of videos, Cyranid. I don't want to do a long one. I want to do lots of small sections so people can just load up the one that the aspect of TSM they want to go on. And warehousing, exactly as Rodini said. And mailing operations and vendoring operations. What's the best way to make gold in Legion? I would have a look at Legion glyphs, would be my first thought. But if it's not professions you're thinking of, I mean, just going around and you know, herbs and things like that would be also useful. Should do it in Skillshare. I have heard that Skillshare do a decent system of sort of like paying out and stuff like that. I considered for Skillshare something like my 3D skills, like Maya and learning Maya and stuff like that, would probably be more appropriate, because I think TSM is very, very niche. Just her picking. You reckon as well, Mushy? I was thinking so. Best way to get TSM data from one computer to another. You made yourself a pastebin account, as I'm planning to use that to export and input strings. But is there a quicker way? Thanks in advance. Well, the quickest way is to use TSM Premium, because then that's synchronized in the cloud, and you can literally just go from one computer to another and double click on the backup from that one cloud sync. Another way to do it would be to maybe back up your add-on data in Dropbox and then transfer it over that way from one computer to another, but I'm not sure how well that would work. Udemy is also an option. Yes, that is. Put it on a USB, as Jack says. Carry a pigeon. Right, that's all posted on. Let's go through and get the last of these characters on. And so we've got Feng Shu, and then Bridget. She's in her garrison. She's currently level 99, so almost in a state where we could do Legion invasions, which will be my next adventure on her. Although I could look into doing that that party sync for WAD. That could be quite nice. Where's the Alliance, love? Chisel it on stone tablets. That could work as well. Oh, this is the whole Legion stuff. Oh, I love the start of Legion. Right, let's have a quick grab of these garrison resources whilst I'm here, and then we'll go to the mailbox just to check what we've got here. So a few small bits and pieces. LinkedIn Learner. Was that? Oh, is that what Linda's become? LinkedIn Learning. Oh, right, interesting. Yeah. Sad days of Varian. Sumptuous Fur, Small Eggs, Lean Wolf Tank, and Cinderbloom for 22 golds for 2 of those. Accept the quest, it triggers you. Oh, right, okay. Which one? The Dark Portal one, or the one that we had with Varian, the Legion Returns? There we go. I'll do the Dark Portal one as well, as we've got it there. Let's pop that. That's it. Do both. Okay. You have free LinkedIn Learning from your job. Right. There we go. Right. We've got that. That's posted on. Let's go run a post scan. Let's get a few different bits and pieces on. Maybe won't sell. What are we looking at? 4,300 gold at the moment. That's okay. Maybe Varian will return in Shadowlands. That would be nice. That will be nice. I don't know much about the storyline with Shadowlands yet. I kind of don't want to know. Why is it always this character that has problems with add-ons, I wonder? Is it because it's the last one I get to in my list, perhaps? Always bothers you to have an auto-accept quest hanging there in every string you visit. Is there a single string for everything for TSM 4.10 yet? I'm not sure I'd want to use a single string for anything, especially if you're combining stuff that you craft and then stuff that you want to say that's transmog or things like that. How much frames per second do I have? I am currently sitting at 92 at the moment. 271 megs of memory, so that's not too bad actually. Looking at that. What kind of gold sync mount do I think will be coming in Shadowlands? I'm not sure there'll be a big one, to be honest. I think it might be maybe sort of just like a mount that's somewhere between 500,000 and 2 million gold. I don't think it's going to be quite at Brutosaur level, certainly. He's all over Shadowlands in pieces. He may do. We are in the afterlife technically in Shadowlands, exactly. Gold Sing. that's we need Jay the Bard in for that, certainly. Most fun theory we've heard for the Gold Sink is it will be a barber mount. That would be quite interesting actually. They purchased Linda for 1.5 billion in 2015. Was it really that old? Wow, that's a long time ago. That's why I haven't seen Linda in a while. Don't think they'll ever be able to top the Longboy, no. Unless they can get a bank on the back. A bank wagon is what I want. Yeah, after it's been released. It could be. Can you stop moving them out so I don't cut your ears off? And a mailbox. Yeah, basically a flying Longboy. We want a bank and a guild bank and a mailbox. As little extra additions. I'm thinking what I'd like is a wagon for the bank and the guild bank, and then I'll want the mailbox on a attachable pogo stick that goes on the back of that. And then you have the whole train of them going along as you go everywhere. That's my ideal. Hotshot343, thank you so much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Where are we at on this character actually? Looking at Bridget, I think we could possibly get ourselves a few treasures nearby, or at least a bonus objective or something, because we're very close to getting ourselves up to level 100 here. So whilst I'm here, let's do that. Kryptonite222, thank you so much for the follow. I'm just going to head out and we'll have a look here. What have we got? It doesn't help that I've got a lot of stuff on my map, so you can't quite see everything. Treasure wise, there's a whole load down here. We could start down here, just grab a few different bits and pieces down here, because there's some stuff in here, and that should be easy enough. You got 4.10 beta, but too lazy to go into all operations and change to smart average buy. That's fair enough, Malbrax. It's the one big thing you do need to change if you are using smart average buy, certainly. Right, I could probably do with turning Gathermate off actually, because that is actually let's just turn the add-on off for the moment. No, actually we'll not do that. We'll just go into here. Where's my Gathermate? Dejunk. Saved instances. Oh no, it's in add-ons actually. Interface add-ons. I can get to it here. Gathermate, minimap. So herbalism knows only with profession. Only while tracking. Can turn that off. And then so what we'll do here is return to the game and we'll track herbs off, and that will turn those off. And then we've got mining as well actually, so find minerals we need to turn off. Go back into add-ons. No. Back into interface and do the same. Mining nodes only with tracking. Might as well do that as well. That way, that's a lot cleaner. And then we've got also the handy notes bits and pieces, but that should be fine for the moment. To custom source and change average smart buy to just smart. Okay, that's to just region. That's not bad. Keeps it easier, certainly. Right, let's see if we can find some treasure chests. How easy will it be to find them? This looks like it's going to be inside. If I was going to be a treasure chest, I'd be inside. Where is it? It's not inside. Oh. We gained some extra friends though. We'll do that. So where is this one? It's on top of a giant stone arch. There we go. So it wasn't inside. Oh, I managed to aggro a whole load of things, so that wasn't a good start. We'll get a little bit of extra XP for this anyway. Gathermate 2 was the add-on I was using there. Ooh, this is actually quite a tough area. Hold on. I might die here. There we go. Void Bolt. Unleash the Void. Void Aberrations. Oh, gonna get some extra aggro here. Just want to move out the side. There we go. Okay, got the extra ones there. Got that run through. Kill commands. Yeah, whatever it is, it's doing a lot of damage. Right, okay. Let's abort that a little bit more. On top of the arch, there it is. That's what I wanted. Pick up that one, there we go. Don't stand in the purple. That's also a good idea. Right, next one is over here. So let's go down this way. I bet that's inside. That looks like that'll be inside there. So, easiest way, I think I'll probably have to go down and under. I wonder. This would be where I'll get this. I'll have a look around here. I'm sure there'll be something here. There we go. Did you see your messages? Hold on. Scroll up. And by the way, using average smart buy in my crafting value method is not a good choice. Why would you say that? If you use the item you bought, the average smart buy will get removed the moment it's used for crafting. So you need to have a decent stock of it, really, isn't it? To make it, if you're using your materials, you need to have a reasonable stock so that smart average buy doesn't get reset to something particularly huge. That wasn't XP. Oh, it was XP I got for that. Okay, then we'll go this way. Yeah, they're in little cave rooms, aren't they? I remember going around here. You just have to clear out a few mobs. Should be okay, but this would be handy on a rogue to do. Obviously. There we go. Thank you, Mushy. Just getting ourselves into a nice position. We're very close to getting level 100 here. Oh, I'm standing in the purple. Never a good idea. There we go. We'll take that, and then we'll go here. Now, next one. There you are. Look for the sparklies inside the alcoves. And there we are, level 100. Fantastic. So I'll actually just go back to the garrison at this point. Mute Smushy. The boss in the middle drops a decent loot as well. Oh, really, Agent Blazer? I've just literally gone out of there, but I'll have to come back maybe. Unspent talent points. What is good for Beastmaster Hunter? Aspect of the Beast. Increases the damage of your pet's abilities by 30%. Killer Cobra is a passive, whilst Bestial Wrath is active. Cobra Shot resets the cooldown on Kill Command. Kill Command is quite useful. Spitting Cobra summons a Spitting Cobra for 20 seconds that attacks your target for nature damage. I don't really want to get extra things. I like passives more than anything else. So Killer Cobra would be my choice here. SJP, thank you so much for the follow. Most likely want Aspect of the Beast for passive. Increases the damage of your pet's abilities by 30%. So that's a base 30% increase. That seems like a good one to have, certainly. Beastmaster, okay, best talents. Thank you, Kojak. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, Aspect would on the face of it seems very good. Where's the list here? Toggle on off from the results. Okay, that's don't think that's quite showing properly for me. I'll have a look at that one afterwards. What I'll do is actually bookmark that and stick that in World of Warcraft. There we go. I'll have a look at that one afterwards. Thank you, Kojak. Yeah, we're going to go with Aspect, I think. Seems like a good choice. We'll go with that one. It only shows a highlighted talent that you need. Ah, right, okay. So those ones will do for the moment. Okay, so we're in a good position, level 100. So the next thing I would be doing here for my casual leveling would be to go through and go and do Legion invasions. Would be my next option here, so I'll just keep an eye on when the next invasion is. Tokens at 193,000. Wow, that is a lot. Breaking the 190,000 mark. If it goes over 200,000, that's going to be terrible. well, not terrible, but expensive. And I'll look for invasions. I'll look on Wowhead, see if there's when the next invasion is. As Mouse said, it's not till the early hours of the morning, so I won't have it that time. Gamer info, Legion invasions. There we go. 70k difference between the EU and the UK. For the EU UK versus NA, yeah. Okay, Edwards, lovely to have you here. Have a good start of the week as well. See you Tuesday. I'll reply to your DM as well tomorrow. All the people panic buying tokens since the sale ends tomorrow. I think, Zerba, that's exactly what's happening to the token right now. So it's going to go further down. Still catching up on my old streams, but have I got blacksmithing yet on El Morte? I have, Oxboss. El Morte is doing very well with blacksmithing at the moment. If we look at... where are we at the moment? Gave you some reminders in Discord PM. Okay, thank you, Silent Mouse. If we have a look in our TSM, at the moment, El Morte is sitting on 164,000 gold, and we've already bought a token, so he's in a decent position. We've actually got 1,111 gold total at the moment, so that's pretty good.
If you find anything exotic,
have an awesome website bookmark that shows the week ahead invasions, BFA Legion, and updates every day when one passes by. Oh, that sounds interesting. The sale ends, the mounts stay. Yeah, I think that's how it is. The sale for BFA would definitely be a useful one. Right, and that's me pretty much done for tonight. I want to say a big, massive thank you to everyone tonight. Tigress, hello, and I am just literally finishing off. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you all for the stream. It's been really, really nice hanging out with you all tonight, and thank you so much for all of your support. It means the world to me. Thank you, and hopefully I can do more of this for longer. So thank you for sort of helping me towards that journey. I really do appreciate it. So my next stream will be on Tuesday. So I'll go through and have some gold making ideas lined up for then. That's okay to catch the recording. And of course, if you don't catch them on Twitch, you can always catch my streams over on YouTube on my second channel, which is Streams. There we go. So don't forget my YouTube channel, second YouTube channel, Samadan Streams. That's not my main YouTube channel anymore, so that's the second place there. Let's see if we can find someone to throw a host on over to. We have Lazy Goldmaker is on. We could do a little bit of Lazy Goldmaker, I would say. You're going to Lazy as well? Yeah, I think so. Our note is probably going to stop in a few minutes. Our note usually does. So we'll do Lazy Goldmaker. I haven't done Lazy Goldmaker in a while. So we'll do Lazy Goldmaker. As he's doing... Not sure if it's classic or not. Let's have a look. Stash. Raid. Lazy Goldmaker. Right. There we go. Thank you all. I'm lazy, you can handle that. Exactly. Thank you all for he has the same microphone as me, the Road Podcaster. Thank you all for a fantastic stream. Really, really appreciate it. See you all on Tuesday. Until then, happy gold making. For myself and Cookie, good night and farewell.